younger, and we didn't have a backyard where I grew up, so we just had a little side area that wasn't much. So I had no backyard, couldn't go play football in the backyard. So we played in the street. Well, that's where you played.
Right.
And the one block was where that was our field. So you had the parkways, the side grass was included, and then the sidewalks were the out of bounds.
Okay.
Now, there were trees in the parkway, and I did a down and out into one of them that knocked me cold. But, so you could play and everything. We had a line. There's some reason they never really paved the street very well. But the lines, Maddie, were tarred every 10 yards.
Okay.
It was a first down on the street, right?
Perfect.
So the kids from the neighborhood, we'd play every day after school. We'd play football. But the weirdest thing is that the one end zone was the intersection of this neighborhood. Like, we used the stop sign as the goal line. But it wasn't a four-way stop. It was a two-way stop.
Oh,
so our goal line had a stop sign. But that means we were throwing into the intersection.
Yeah, that's dicey.
And on the other one, and I don't know how there weren't like umpteen accidents there. I don't remember how many there were as a kid. I don't remember any, but that had no stop signs.
Mm-hmm.
Like
as a kid, I don't think we cared. We didn't think about those things.
Of course
We're
not.
just out here with our friends.
But clearly our parents didn't care either because we were throwing into the end zone. Like, go deep. Like, go deep. Here comes a UPS truck.
Yeah, they're probably happy to get you guys out of the house for a little bit after all the fighting you and your brother used to do.
So the other thing, before we started playing the street, we played on the front lawn when we were younger.
Yeah.
As we got a little older, we went to the street.
Mm-hmm.
But when we were younger and we played on that front lawn, and like I said, we didn't have a backyard, so my stepdad, I remember him coming out one time and looking at my brother and I and maybe a couple friends that we had there, and he looked at us, remember this to the day I go, he goes, "Hey, there's a park 2 blocks that way and a park 2 blocks that way. Pick one." And it was like, because we were ruining the front lawn.
Yeah.
And now, as you get older, you kind of get it. But I cannot believe we would use an intersection as an end zone, and it was just okay.
Yeah, you're built different, man.
I know.
You're
Anyway,
built different for that.
But it was good to get back. So I couldn't wait to hear, after watching that roller coaster of a game, how you guys felt about the bet. And before we get to the bet and the payoff, because I don't really know what we had his figured out. Like that, the bad part about all this is that we really needed him to lose because we were all leaning into that one more than yours. Yours was like, to make him eat something or wear something.
I still don't really know where we're headed.
No. Mine's going to be good for him.
I don't even know, listen, this is up to me, really, when I want to do this, so we'll figure this out.
Parents, you're naming your own punishment.
If and when I even want to do this.
If and when I want to do this is how this is going.
No, because
let me tell you something. All I need is both of you in that studio, and then it's eligible.
Well, what he wants to happen, I have to do that action. So really, it's up to me whether or not.
That's right. I don't think someone's gonna come in and
really
force you.
Up to me. But no, we
don't want HR to get involved.
The last minute, the shot clock was really winding down. What was that? Friday, DeVere was in. Okay. And I think we were it was 2:53, and on our way out, hey, you'll do some random updates that I script together for you throughout the show. So
that's exactly what's happening.
Okay.
And they're going to be great.
Okay, good.
That may happen.
I told you there's that.
That may happen.
Haven't seen this,
that may happen. I got another thing that I want to throw by you guys eventually. We'll see. He may like it.
Okay.
Wait, volunteering your own punishment.
Well, we may like it. We may like it better.
There may be something better.
I would love to know.
We'll get to it.
Yeah. So obviously a roller coaster of a game.
Teasing me.
And it was wild. But as watching the game, I think most people, first of all, nobody expected to pop off like it did because it was kind of an ugly game. It was a classic AFC North battle, low scoring, and then breakdowns on defense everywhere, awful. But the back and forth of it all, and the fact that you get Boswell, who doesn't miss an extra point, to miss one, and then you get your boy Likely to climb the ladder with Ramsey kind of whiffing or his momentum taken away, and probably didn't want to get a PI either. But the fact that, so I'm listening to the game, and Tirico, it almost felt like this wasn't even real. The way he timed up the preamble of who this guy is, because for years, this was lock. This was Justin Tucker, game over from anywhere.
We'll see you in the playoffs.
That's what I'm used to. That's what you're used to.
Well, outside of Billy Cundiff, that kick from years ago, which was brutal. But to your point,
and for me, a
recent
guy
history, yes,
lived through, Anderson and the missing of the kick in 90.
Right.
Like, I've never had that feel of knowing that if we even stiffed field goal range, it's over. It's kind of like when we're watching the Ole Miss game. Like, you knew he wasn't missing against Georgia. You just knew it. Yeah. He was nails. He was bullseye. It's like they were hanging a bullseye on the net, and he was hitting the bullseye.
Yep.
And so this was brand new for you. But what wasn't new was that you're kind of used to being on the right end of these a lot. And the last couple years, whether it's Andrew's drop or now this, and I'm kind of happy to pass the baton because for 15 years, I've listened to Paul Allen and that Brett Favre damn intercept. Like, I've had to listen to that here. You guys playing that, especially with Bobby. Like, Bobby would call for it even on a random summer day. Like, it was like, we're not even in football season. He's calling, let's hear it.
What you're saying is karma's come back to get me.
I don't know if it's karma. It's just kind of nice that, everything evolves and everyone gets a turn. And I think now it's your turn. And I think that you have to endure this.
I got to own it.
But listening to the kick from Tirico, I thought it was so brilliant how he not scripted it, had the background of loop, had the scenario, and was able to get it all out right as the snap was about to happen. I felt like if you did a movie, that you would have edited that way, and it was all live and it played out.
Let's run it. I'm sure I'm going to love hearing this again. Let's just do it.
This is, by the way, I think this is part of the pre-punishment. Like, we're not really taking dinner away and sending you to your room. This is this is where the parents kind of lay out the punishment. So you got to get it both. So this is the appetizer of the punishment, you having to listen to this.
Wonderful.
Harbaugh is telling Likely how special that play was to set up this moment for the rookie out of Arizona. The Ravens, of course, had Justin Tucker for so long. The most accurate kicker in the history of the league. Rodgers can't believe what he has just witnessed, what might be the end for him. But they went around the country and spoke to a lot of the kickers who were coming out. And they decided Tyler Loop was made of the right stuff for moments like this. He now has a chance to win the division for the Ravens. The final play of the regular season for the final spot in the playoffs. Tyler Loop from 44. Snap good. Hold it. The kick is no good. It is wide right. And the Steelers are the champions of the North.
If you were just listening and weren't watching, you would have thought that was a Hollywood edited version where the crowd starts right. Did you guys notice one thing?
Yes.
Did you hear what they were playing?
I was going to say, shout out to the in-house DJ because that's the type of pettiness
under pressure.
Like.
Our deal that we do every week on Fridays, Bowie Queen, Under Pressure, that was coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys...
The in-house DJ deserves a bonus for that, for sure.
TLC.
Yeah.
You guys, no timeouts, couldn't ice him, correct? There was
probably.
You guys were out because Aaron kept calling timeouts
because the helmet malfunction.
The helmet malfunction, and unlike the college, I guess pros, you don't have to pull the plug on the other side, or you don't have to do it. It doesn't have to be fair.
Meaning what?
Like, I guess in college, or am I wrong? Do I have it reversed?
You're not allowed to ice the kicker?
No. When technology malfunctions on one sideline, the other has to pull the plug too.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how that works in the league, but yeah, that between, like you mentioned, the Mark Andrews drop, the year before AFC title fumble by Zay Flowers, where we had some momentum going, and now this. It's been 3 years running for me, where it's been a lot of pain for your boy.
Talk about the pain.
Of pain.
Talk about the pain
for your boy. And when he lined up for the kick, I knew he wasn't making it.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. He hasn't been very good all year. He's a rookie. He's doing you-know-what down his leg in that moment. At Heinz Field, with the division on the line, literally the football world watching like...
Anticipation.
There is no rookie in, I think...
Making me wait.
Football history that would have made that kick. I had no confidence that he was making that. And I could see that he didn't believe that he was making that either.
Really? I thought he was smiling a little bit.
I blame Harbaugh, too. You had 14 seconds and a timeout left on their 24. Give me one more play.
Okay.
Give me one more play. Get the rookie a little bit closer if you can. And so credit to his team.
That's an interesting point. I did not think about that part.
I wanted just one more play. Something safe, maybe make that 35-ish, 38-ish type yards, because I think he missed it at 44, I think, was the number.
Maybe a QB draw or something.
Just a quick pass, something like that, because you had a timeout.
Okay,
you could have maybe inched a little bit closer, but you're right. The game was crazy. Rodgers and Calvin Austin link up for that big-time touchdown after Lamar and Zay go back-to-back with crazy plays. Just
Here's his punishment. Because he gets a little punishment out of this, and I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is next. Because there is something here. There is something here. And then we'll attack the carousel of coaches and the Brownies. And who should they hire? Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We know everything about you. We know you love the Buckeyes. We know you love the Jackets. We know you're wearing a red shirt. Just freak the hell out of someone. The Fan.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Hey, it's Anthony, and of all the things you think about for a new year, the one thing that should be right at the top of your list is comfort and foot pain relief. I've told you my personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store have made a massive difference in my life every day. Every time I leave the house, I feel supported, aligned, and I know my body is going to feel better. Not just my feet. My knees feel better. And of course, my lower back. They are so much different than just the over-the-counter insoles. My Good Feet arch supports are designed to balance and strengthen my feet. And I always feel like my feet are being guided into their ideal position. They're strong, supportive, and flexible. I will never wear a pair of shoes without them. When you go to the Good Feet store, you'll get a comprehensive foot analysis by their trained specialist. You'll get a digital foot scan that helps design your personal arch support system and, of course, any follow-up support you need. They have more than 3 decades of helping customers. Make an appointment right now online at goodfeet.com. Good feet, good life.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
Wildlife around the globe needs help. And when you help protect them, you become a friend of the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance.
Thank you for being a friend.
Travel down the road and back again.
Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant.
Thank you for helping protect wildlife around the globe. Without you, there's no them. Learn more at sdzwa.org/friend.
The Jackets hit the road for a battle with the Avalanche. Live fan coverage starts Saturday afternoon at 3:30.
Sponsored by Atlas Butler Heating and Cooling.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
They didn't have skim milk for your coffee, so I just got formaldehyde.
Oh, isn't that stuff in floor cleaner?
Pizza's here. Would you like cheese on that? Or how about a Crolian?
Oh, no, that's in bug spray.
Hi there. Would you like to sample our new scent? Diethylene glycol.
Isn't that the stuff in antifreeze?
You wouldn't want to eat it, drink it, or even smell it, but that's exactly what's in your vapes. If you vape, quit. If you don't vape, don't start. For help, go to odh.ohio.gov/novapes. A message from the Ohio Department of Health.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect skies to be mostly cloudy today, but still mild with above average temperatures in the upper 40s. And then for tonight, partly cloudy overnight with lows around freezing. For Thursday, a dry day ahead with mostly cloudy skies and warmer with highs in the mid to upper 50s. Rain develops late Thursday night, overnight into Friday with gusty winds and lows in the 50s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Maddie ranked the most dynamic duo of all time, Caesar Salad and Moscow Mule. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, so I guess the figurative punishment for TLC, even though he won the bet because his Steelers won, is that he's been a guy that's like you, ready to move on from Tomlin. And that's the punishment. The punishment is, yes, he gets another playoff game. He's got an aging quarterback. He has no idea what the future is at QB. But you just found out on Sunday night that Tomlin is a difference maker. He can be. Like Aaron Rodgers beat Lamar Jackson. Like I feel like that's a game they shouldn't have won. They were underdogs on their home field. He found a way. Like Aaron Rodgers was never going to win a Super Bowl for them. At least we believe he won't. But he always brought the experience and that one magic throw away. Like he can make mistakes. He can't move as well. Like he doesn't feel as calm to me, but that's because he's older. He doesn't have the instincts the way he used to. But he still had a little magic left, and they tapped into it. Then they got to a point in a winner-take-all game where Tomlin came through. So now he's obviously above 500 again. What did you finish? You finished 10-7?
10 wins.
10 wins. For a team, for a fan base is ready to be like, enough. I hate this getting there and losing.
I've always thought they were kind of crazy for thinking that, because to me it's always been he just hasn't had the quarterback to work with, right? He's showing you, to your point, that he can get a team in order. Didn't have his best offensive playmaker in the game in DK Metcalf either, and they still found a way to come out there and fight and win the division again. And so I've always been a Mike Tomlin guy. Like, I respect the heck out of everything that he's done. We're going on, 5+ years of just mediocre quarterback play, and he has still found a way to either find himself in the postseason or have an above 500 record. So I can't help but respect the heck out of that. I don't think they're going to do too much damage in the postseason this year.
Especially against a very good defense.
Right. But I don't think anybody's going to knock them for not doing a whole bunch of damage in the postseason
He's kind of stuck. He is. He's stuck in that middle. Yeah. So I'm not saying that's a massive punishment, right? His team's in the playoffs. They won a big game. They're division winners.
100%.
It was an unlikely division winning season for them, I thought. But the fact that is a semi, he has to now understand that you're not moving forward with anybody else.
You're stuck in the middle again, right, when it comes to where you'll be picking in the draft and not being able to get an elite quarterback, what could be an elite quarterback down the road in one of these young guys. But I listen, I think as a fan, I would much rather have consistency year in and year out than be bottom feeders and scratching and clawing, with 3 to 4 wins like some of these franchises are doing around the NFL right now.
Well, most fans ask for, most coaches would ask for, just get me in the tournament. Give me an at-bat every year. Now, I know what he's used to. He's used to this one-and-done type stuff, and then it's so fleeting, the celebration. And I don't know. I asked you guys last week, when was the last time you bought a division champ shirt? Or right?
Yeah, we talked
that's beneath me.
We were all on the same page.
Definitely an open mic now.
I was born into 2 Super Bowls. I'm not getting division champion shirts.
Right. I disagreed with him on this because Dylan was in, and I said, if you are a team like the Bears, and it's been a super long time since your team has done anything like this, then I think you buy some of the gear.
Well, because you didn't live long enough to be able to
like if Browns fans this year would have won the division,
the North,
I think if you're a Browns fan, you get some of that stuff because it's been a hot minute, and I think
worthy.
Yeah, for sure. To TLC's point, when you've kind of been spoiled as a franchise, those type of things. Actually, Yankee fans aren't buying AL East division titles, T-shirts. So they're not buying that.
What did it say on the shirt I got you for the holidays? That was a Super Bowl shirt, wasn't it?
Steel City.
But did it have the 6? It had all the Super Bowls or whatever, how many you've won?
I got to wear it this week. We'll find out. We'll rediscover it together. It's in my closet.
Okay. It's in the closet. Do you hang T-shirts up or fold them?
half and half.
You gotta fold them.
I don't think I've ever hung a T-shirt in my life.
Because I think if you hang them up, that's when kind of the droopy bacon neck can start to happen. To me,
that's because when you're sticking the hanger in there and you're not doing it from the bottom.
If you're ripping
going
the
in
neck.
if you're going in from the neck.
That's why I don't.
I don't supposed to go in from the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking out loud.
That's news to me.
No, I think that you're right.
If you bring the hanger in from the bottom, then
what happens is you wake up and you're like, all right, time for work. I'm throwing on my T-shirt. You unfold your T-shirt, and it's got wrinkles in all the creases where you felt it. I guess is the past tense. Or no, it's
whoever
not.
felt it smelt it.
Exactly.
I would say. So you guys have 6 titles.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
So I was born in '99. Which means I saw 05 and 08. And then we lost 10.
The 05-08 seasons. Yeah. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, the Super Bowls were in 06 and 09.
Yeah, you beat Seattle and Arizona. This wasn't the Cowboys or.
Oh, whatever.
I'm kidding.
Hey, or you died.
I know, trust me.
Don't make me push the button. I'll push the button.
Do you want to unveil your new suggestion or you want to hold that for a while? It doesn't matter.
No, I'll hold it for a while.
Okay.
Because I'm ticking off some people right now, and I'm kind of enjoying being a heel when it comes to this. Like, people are tweeting at me, and I don't really care.
Oh, about choosing your own punishment?
So I'm going to just go.
Did you ever get a chance to do that with your parents? Like, actually, like, try to manipulate them enough to think that you would be mad at this, but try to.
No, there was
there was no minute.
Straight. We're taking everything. You have no say, and we'll call you down when dinner's ready, and it'll be saltine crackers and water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure I was double-digit stats in the going to bed without dinner in my lifetime.
Oh.
Not by choice.
Yeah.
I think that was a big one, going to bed without dinner.
I don't think I got any
the old
of those.
Starvation punishment.
I got some of the what we're eating.
Starvation punishment.
What we're eating, you can't eat punishment. I got a couple of those.
Oh, eat by yourself?
No, but just like, hey, if they were having like pizza or whatever, hey, here's like
whatever we have.
Peas and applesauce.
Yeah, leftovers.
You're right.
Little did they know. By the way, I think I just uncovered something.
Yeah.
What was that?
Little did they know that was the manipulation. Even back then, maybe you didn't want pizza, but they thought you did. No carbs. Give me the peas and applesauce.
Right.
That's a good punishment. The Cleveland Browns are cycling through head coaches. I think we're a little too close to the sun here. I think that for Browns fan, this isn't going anywhere. I don't think Stefanski's a bad coach, but he doesn't have what he needs, and he's been exposed.
Yeah.
And most coaches are when they don't have the horses. Now, I don't really understand, and we'll ask Schefter about it at the bottom of the hour, like, why they didn't just clean the whole thing? Like, so you leave Barry and you get rid of Stefanski, and he must obviously, Haslam feels pretty confident in what Barry has done lately, but
I think you just nailed it. I think Barry saved himself with this draft outside of the quarterbacks. Because I think if you're Haslam, you're looking around and saying, we got the defensive rookie of the year. Quinshon and Sampson look promising. Fannon's a dude at tight end. It was maybe the best rookie class, like around the NFL this year. When you look at the productivity they got from their guys, right? The quarterback's always going to be the trump card if you find that. But Andrew Berry and the scouting department, they did do a good job. And so I can understand why Haslam will look at that and say, maybe we need to stick with this guy, especially when we're right around the corner from having 2 first-round picks and another critical offseason.
So I started thinking, like, clearly the draft kind of told us what they both thought about Shedeur at the time. Like, I don't know. I don't have real insight into whether whether Haslam ordered the code red, or whether they saw value in Shedeur and he dropped so low, or they drafted Dylan Gabriel knowing that he was still going to be a project, but they clearly liked him more than Shedeur. But there were a lot of people that accused that Stefanski didn't want to invest anything in Shedeur this year. And then there's the other theory that, not that Stefanski probably wanted to be fired, but there may be some relief in that if he doesn't think this quarterback thing is ever going to really go, then he's just going to be stuck too in these 4 or 5 win seasons ceiling. So it may be best for everybody, but except Browns fan, which is still stuck thinking they don't have a franchise quarterback, and the fact that they won their last 2 games didn't help. Right. Not that this draft is littered with great quarterbacks. We'll see, but the ones that are considered high are going to be up near the top. And so I feel like they're in a situation where maybe they hope that Indiana wins and Dante Moore doesn't play that well, but people still think really highly of him, and maybe he'll be available there. But still, that's not the way you want to go into a draft, is thinking you were buying a bargain.
No, and
like
I really don't know. Does it make much sense to throw another young guy in that room? Because I don't think they're going to cut Dylan and Shedeur. I don't see that happening, and it sounds like Deshaun's going to be on the roster next year. Maybe they don't even care. Maybe they saw enough from those guys to really say, hey, this isn't our guy. These aren't our guys.
Or find somebody that can tap into Shedeur a little more.
Yeah.
And see if that development, because he's obviously shown some flashes.
Yeah, no doubt. I think AR, I think at 6, I'm going offensive line. Like, that's where I'm at. Because I'm not the biggest Ty Simpson guy who came out today and said that he's going to leave Alabama and go to the draft. And like you said, we don't know what Dante Moore is thinking of what decision he's going to make. But I'm assuming he's probably being told you're going to be the quarterback too. And I think that's really hard to pass up, especially when next year it's Julian and Arch and some other guys that have returned to college.
Well, if they win it all, then he's for sure.
You got to go.
I would think.
Yeah, you got to go.
Although now in college, even when you win it all, the money certainly keeps tumbling in. But I feel like if you get to the top of the mountain as a quarterback and you plant the flag, why would you risk injury if you think you're an NFL guy and a top 5 guy? I feel like they do want to lean offense, though. And I know Jim Schwartz is in-house, and I'll ask Schefter about it, but I feel like
I don't know if Jim Schwartz would move me if I were a
That's
Browns
what I'm
fan.
saying.
I love him in his role.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he certainly has done very well in that role. So it does feel like they should lean there. We'll talk to Schefter in 2 minutes. Stick close. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. One of the great annoyances in life, at least for me, is the check engine light, right? You get in your car, you see the check engine light, and you go, I got to take care of that. I don't know what it is. So you let it sit there forever. It bugs you, and eventually a bigger problem happens. Well, every day in your house, your check engine light might be on, but it's not your engine. It's your windows. Because you sit down on your couch, you feel the cold, drafty air coming in through your windows, and you go, I got to do something about these windows. But just like the check engine light, I'm afraid of how much it's going to cost, and I don't know where to go. I can't help you with your check engine light, but I can help you with your windows. Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 Windows free sale is going on now. Stop wasting money by letting the warm air in your house escape through your cold, drafty windows. You're spending more on your heating bills when you don't have to. Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 Windows free sale is the perfect time to address this problem. Plus, 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. That could be yours as well. Schedule an estimate today. WindowNation.com.
We ask parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad, and I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
NFL Playbook with ESPN's Adam Schefter.
Sponsored by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
All right, the busiest man in sports takes time for us every week. His name is Adam Schefter. He is the senior NFL insider for ESPN covering the NFL. My man, it's good to have you. As Hyman Roth said in The Godfather, this is the business we've chosen, specifically you. How are you liking the circus?
Well, as I've heard people say, I think Peyton Manning was the one who said it best. It's a great game and a crappy business.
Yeah. Well, and the surprise one for me, and maybe for a lot of people, listen, John Harbaugh's been there 18 years. I get how things can run their course. But obviously they're not firing him if Luke makes that kick. So they put it all on the result of the game and the fact that they missed the playoffs. So, and then when Lamar...
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Well, what I'm saying is they're not firing him before the playoff game. I'm not saying that if he loses the first playoff game, they wouldn't have fired him. I'm just saying he wouldn't have gotten fired if they won the game, correct?
Well, he wouldn't have gotten fired this week, but...
That's what I mean.
Listen, Yeah, not this week, no, because they would have been preparing for the playoffs. So it just changed the timeline on it. But look, I think both sides had questions. Both sides were going to have conversations, and Steve Bisciotti moved swiftly. So clearly it was on his mind. Clearly it seems like that was the plan. Or clearly he was debating it. He talked about how difficult the decision was to make. And maybe that was just the final little straw, like, okay, another season where it didn't get done. But, again, they make that decision. He's a great coach. He's won more road playoff games than any coach in history. He'll have basically any job he wants that's out there right now. And, look, I just think it's always shocking whenever you see somebody move on from a long-time legendary type of coach, whether it's Bill Belichick in New England or John Harbaugh in Baltimore. It'll be the same one day when Mike Tomlin leaves Pittsburgh, however that is, whenever that is, right? Like, John Harbaugh been there 18 years, right? So there are a lot of Ravens fans that's the only coach they've ever known.
And I'm one of them, that's for sure. So, yeah, an eye-opening day, Schefter, for me. What's your understanding maybe of was there any behind-the-scenes struggles, like a power struggle maybe between Lamar and Harbaugh? Was any of that stuff going on?
I know people are looking for the salacious element to this. I got it, right? I just think sometimes things run their course. Relationships get a little stale. You see businesses change CEOs after 18 years. They feel like they need to change directions. Sometimes nobody does anything wrong, but they just feel like everybody's better off going a separate way. Just like in marriages, same type of thing. You know what? Not that it's wrong, but it's time for everybody to go their own separate ways. And so I think that's what happened here. I don't think there's something salacious, like there were fights. You know, he wasn't getting along with Lamar. Do I think there were issues between Lamar and maybe some of the coaches, assistants? Yeah. Like there are things that happen, but the ultimate reason that Steve Bisciotti makes the decision he does is because the team just hasn't got it done recently, and he felt like he needed to shake it up. 3 years ago, Zay Flowers fumbles crossing the goal line. 2 years ago, Mark Andrews drops the two-point conversion in Buffalo. This year, Tyler Luke misses the field goal that would have won the division. You know what? I think it's time to shake it up and find a new guy. John Harbaugh is a great coach. He'll be a great coach somewhere else. We need to find somebody else. I think that's what it is.
All right, so there's a few options here, right? All the vacancies that he could be considered for. He could sit out if he wanted to a year and maybe pick the right position. Or there's thought that a team that may want to upgrade their coach could make a decision, whether it's the Dolphins or somebody else. What are you hearing about who is seriously in the mix for John Harbaugh and where this may be headed?
I would just say that I think every team that has an opening now would, at the very least, just be checking in and then certainly potentially be in the mix. So we start there. Now, his agent told me yesterday, 45 minutes after John had been fired, that 7 teams already had contacted him expressing interest. 7. Now, do the math. There currently are 7 teams with openings. One of them is Baltimore. That means that there's one team at least, and actually it was more, that reached out that have current sitting, acting head coaches that was looking for more information about John Harbaugh. So, we'll see how this works out. Probably best for John to take a couple of days, a few days to clear his head. Went through a traumatic ordeal, right? Season's a long time, a lot of work. And not only that, but, you just broke up with your spouse of 18 years. So I expect him to coach this year. I expect he'll have his choice of jobs. I think he'll be coaching the NFL in 2026. Just a question of where.
Staying in the AFC North, let's go up to Cleveland. What's your understanding from the people that you've talked to why they decided to keep Andrew Berry and move on from Stefanski?
Well, I think both of them are really respected and valued across the league. I really do. I just felt like, again, a similar story. The owners, Dee and Jimmy Haslam, felt like they needed to shake it up, wanted a new voice, wanted a new identity for leadership, and decided to change it. And Andrew's accumulated a lot of talent, and he's well regarded around the league. And so I think they felt comfortable with him spearheading this search for a new GM. And so they let go of Kevin, who I also believe will get a head coaching job, and they retained Andrew Berry.
We are speaking with the man, Adam Schefter, ESPN senior NFL insider here on Rothman and Ice on the Bryan Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. All right, so let me add another part of the equation, because certainly there are assistants out there that could be considered, but the two big ones in college and former NFL would be Bill Belichick, luring him back to the NFL, or Curt Cignetti, luring him out of college, even though he's obviously got a lot on his hands now. Are you hearing anything about those two as far as interest from NFL teams?
No, I have not. That doesn't mean it can't happen. I never rule out anything. Things are always possible. But I have not heard of a team pursuing Curt Cignetti, nor have I heard of an NFL team right now pursuing Bill Belichick.
What would surprise you more, Cignetti jumping and leaving Indiana, or Belichick coming back?
I don't know. I don't view either right now as a realistic possibility. So both would be surprising in their own way if either one were to happen, which I do not expect right now.
Let's go down to Cincinnati. Are you surprised at all that they're essentially just running it back? Sounds like Al Golden's back. We know Zach Taylor is back. Duke Tobin is always back. Did that surprise you at all after they've missed the postseason for now a few years?
I think that's been their history. They're a pretty stable group. They're a pretty patient group. Whether you like it or not, whether you approve of it or not, that's been their MO over the years. They don't make many changes. And to me, this is just them being true to form. And I also think it's important to note Zach Taylor still has got the undivided support of Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, key players there. And when that's the case, if you're the Bengals, you're only too happy to sit there and keep it status quo.
What do you think your best guess on what the Browns may consider here as far as their coaching candidates go? I mean, they've got Jim Schwartz in-house. He's pretty highly thought of there, but defensive oriented, and we obviously know they may be in the quarterback market again. I had heard, back when they hired Stefanski, it looked like Robert Saleh was maybe the runner-up in that situation. Obviously Harbaugh, but the quarterback situation would be tough for him to go from Lamar Jackson to what the Browns have. Are you hearing anything on the Browns candidates at this point?
What I would say, you brought up a very important name. It's a situation where Jim Schwartz is a highly regarded defense coordinator. So I think if you hire a defensive coach, that's not great, because now you've alienated him, and now you may lose him. And if you lose Jim Schwartz, then I don't know who you're hiring as a coach that's going to be better, make the defense better than Jim Schwartz did. So to me, in a perfect world, like if you get John Harbaugh, great. If you can't get John Harbaugh, to me, you ideally like an offensive-minded coach. So we'll see how that works out. That's still to play out. But I think that line of thinking certainly is applicable in this particular situation.
Well done, my man. Stay on top of it. Life under the big top. It's always exciting. We appreciate you.
Guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for having me today, and we'll be in touch next week.
You got it. Adam Schefter, ESPN senior NFL insider on the Bryan Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. All right, brand new year, guys and ladies. Get real about your health this year. And you can do it with my friends at Synergenics and Low T Center, because for a limited time, the men's TRT test is free. And the women's hormone test that they're rolling out is normally $299. It's only $99. And the weight loss consultation is free. You can walk in. You can book an appointment now at getmyhealthfix.com. So if you have been suffering from the symptoms of low T, which means constant tiredness, you lack focus, you're feeling off, at Synergenics and Low T Center, you can meet with a real provider, not a chat bot on a website. You get real meds, real results. And you can choose if you want to be treated in the clinic or if you want to receive at-home treatment. Either way, it starts with a simple and quick free TRT test at the center. So they have an on-site lab, which means you'll get results in about 20 minutes. No waiting for days like other places. They've got a new mobile app, so it's even easier to meet with the provider through telehealth appointments. And remember, again, for a limited time, the women's hormone test is only $99. Normally it's $2.99. Don't wait. Get it now. Change your life at getmyhealthfix.com. That's getmyhealthfix.com. We'll come back with a Buckeye Bulletin. And Todd McShay already laying out the Buckeyes in the top 15 of the mock. We'll tell you who they are and where they're landing next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey, Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions. And yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years, and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
This weekend, the Ohio RV and Boat Show, brought to you in part by Ohio Credit Union, is back and bigger than ever at the Ohio Expo Center. Whether it's your first adventure or you're a seasoned outdoor enthusiast, this show has it all. One ticket gets you into all 3 buildings so you can see the latest in RVs, boats, motorcycles, ATVs, golf carts, and more. From towables to drivers, jet skis to pontoons, and more. It's all here. The Ohio RV and Boat Show at the Ohio Expo Center, January 9th through 18th. Get details and tickets at OhioRVandBoatShow.com.
Email from a listener. What exactly is Common Man and Timmy supposed to be? How can I put this? A couple of immature men who love to have mindless conversation, laugh, and dabble in sports and farts.
Weekdays at 3.
And there you go, The Fan.
My advisor at Plant Moran Wealth Management knows my definition of wealthy. Restoring classic cars. You tinker under the hood, put the keys in the ignition, and then the moment of truth. There's nothing like it.
You have your own personal definition of wealthy. Plant Moran Wealth Management knows it takes a personal approach to get you there. Experience the difference with Plant Moran Wealth Management. Book a consultation today.
Thanks to your support, the nonprofits VetTix and First Tix have given away tens of millions of tickets and counting to vets currently serving military, the immediate family of troops killed in action, and our brave current and former first responders. These tickets are a meaningful way to say thank you to America's heroes. And now we want you to be part of the mission. Got extra tickets to concerts, games, or special events? Or want to see if you qualify? We want you to go to vettix.org and firsttix.org today. Give something to those who gave.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm hacking insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Cosby Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 4 windows, get 4 free from windownation.com.
All right, Buckeye Bulletin. I was, as TLC would say, doom scrolling a little bit, and Todd McShay.
Storming.
Yes. Doom scrolling. No more dorm storming. Mock draft, first one. 1.0. This is happy and sad, right? You got 4 Buckeyes in the top 15, and you don't win the conference, and you get bounced out of the playoff. That is tough. But this is Arvell Reese 4th. Titans. Carnell Tate, 5. Giants.
Yeah, real quick, that would, I think, break the hearts of some Browns fans because I think the Browns are picking, 6th right behind them?
Yeah, that's right.
And I know some Browns fans want Carnell.
They need they need a line.
They do. They need a lineman, but they need some receiver help, too. Yeah. But I'm with you. I would definitely go O-line first if I were them. But, yeah, if the Buckeye gets
maybe
picked the
somebody
spot before,
from Miami.
Worked out well for them.
Bengals, can I just throw this in?
At 10?
At 10, I know it's a Buckeye bulletin, but I just saw them pop up.
Yeah, who is it?
Ironically, Reuben Bain Jr.
They need that in the worst way.
Wouldn't that be something?
That's exactly what
10.
they need.
Caleb Downs, Dallas, 12.
Who did officially declare today for the NFL draft. Not much of a surprise there. I know there was a little teaser from he and his brother on their podcast yesterday, but I think a lot of us were in the headspace of, he's going to the NFL, doesn't need to accomplish much more here at the collegiate level. And so, Caleb, since the moment he got here, has been an absolute beast on that side of the ball. So best wishes to him going to the NFL. Yeah, will not be surprised if he gets picked that high.
Sonny Styles, 15 to Tampa.
Credit, that story's awesome, right?
It is.
For him.
15?
Yeah. I mean, local kid, goes to Ohio State, makes the transition from safety to linebacker, turn yourself into a first-round pick. Where that will be, we shall see. But I definitely feel like he's going somewhere in the first round. Cool stuff, man. The dude balled out this year and was running around and knocking people's heads off.
You guys are probably doing the portal carousel yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Mylan Graham's in it now.
Real quick, I want to go back to that, though, because you mentioned the losses there that they had. No O-linemen, though, right? So that's where the game is won. That was the issue. We played a clip from Urban yesterday, and he was just saying they got their tails whooped down there in the trenches, and that showed itself. So, you can have all that talent that you just mentioned in other places, but if you don't have it at the line of scrimmage, doesn't matter how good you are on the back end and out wide on offense, you're not going to be able to do the things that you want to do, and they got that offensive line in order last year, and that's really what propelled them into a national championship with Donovan Jackson sliding out to tackle, turned himself into a first-round pick, and that was a real building block that they can go into the playoff with, and this year they just didn't have it when they needed it most.
It's what made us all believe, and that's what I said after the game against Miami, that I always looked at Ohio State as having flipped the switch talent, because they do. And they came in, again, so a lot of it was really similar. It was coming in off a humbling loss, having the same amount of time off. The difference was that this year versus last year, even though they lost to Indiana, they weren't a doubted program. They were still the betting favorite to win. So a lot of experts believed after the Michigan loss a year ago, they were a doubted program. They were perceived to be broken.
Yep.
They were not just completely done. Like that there just wasn't enough in the tank because it was Michigan. And this one felt different. This one felt like, okay, you can flip it. And they were playing a team that certainly shouldn't match them on the field offensively in Miami, but they did have it where it counted. And we talked all week about it. Once Miami won, and they won an ugly game at A&M. So it was almost like it just fed the wrong narrative that Miami's kind of meh, and their quarterback's going to make a lot of critical mistakes. And if you blitz him, he'll crumble. And I said after the game, it was almost like Ohio State needed the identical offensive game plan that Miami brought to the table. Neutralize Miami's defensive line. Open it up. Get it out quick early. And then maybe it'll open up a little bit. But you want to sit Sayin back there against that defense and hope his NFL receivers get open downfield. And then the running game didn't take the heat off him. Look what happened in the Rose Bowl with Indiana against Bama. Bama started blitzing Mendoza right away and got him. And it looked weird. And what Indiana did is, okay, we got to take the heat off our guy. Let's start plowing. Let's start running. And they did. And it backed off the heat.
Yep.
And then he was able to operate. And Ohio State was never able to truly back the heat off of their guy. And then the critical mistake, as we all know, which was after you hit a 60-yarder and then you get the pick six.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they were still right there. You still had a team backed up, down 3, all the pressure. Because I remember texting my brother at halftime. He's like, what is going on? And I'm like, okay, I understand. But Miami just went from could to should. Now let's see if they have closer mentality.
Right.
And they certainly had it where it counted. But yeah, to see Ohio State have top 4 guys in the top 15 and not have a Big Ten title to show for it or a playoff win to show for it is odd.
Some of those Buckeye fans, they beat Michigan, though, so it's all good.
Well, I don't know. I understand what you're saying.
People were telling us last year. It's all that matters. Just beat Michigan.
I think there's a little recency bias on that. Like, I think like we did it, and we're guilty of it too because we're throwing out polls right after the loss. Like, all right, how does it feel? Well, it feels crappy. But if you wait, a little bit, maybe you get a little bit of a different mindset. But yeah, you're right. Boy, they really did get the exact opposite
of last year.
Bizarro world.
It is.
But Mylan Graham plans to enter the portal. And he came in as a pretty highly thought of guy. He's going to have 3 years left.
Yeah, a couple receivers have now hit the portal. Quincy Porter, he was a freshman, 5-star guy. He is now gone as well. And so Jeremiah did make it clear yesterday on social media for everybody, if you didn't miss it, that
sticking around.
He ain't going anywhere. So it sounds like you don't have to worry about number 4. But they got some work to do in that wide receiver room, and I guess there's got to be some fingers crossed that Chris Henry Jr., maybe Legend Bay, those guys can come in and make an impact next year.
Well, he's a 5-star freshman and Jeremiah, and you retain the quarterback. So I think you've got a good core there. I've seen stuff where it was like, oh, Hartline left, and look, Tate's leaving. What?
No, Tate was always going to the league.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Always going to the league.
Yeah.
He might be wide receiver 1 in this joint this year. He's gone. He should.
Because if you're telling me that all it took was Hartline to stay, to keep him, I think Ryan Day would have doubled what USF was paying.
No doubt about it. Fellas, listen closely because you only get one life, and it's too short for not nows and tomorrows. And, hey, I'll do it later on. Don't do that to yourself. So if you're noticing issues with ED or low T, then your relationships, your confidence, and even your career has already been affected. Online folks promise convenience and discretion, but their treatments are generic, and some are even unsafe. So, guys, no more excuses. The Columbus Men's Clinic has a medical provider focused solely on ED and low T and doing it the right way. Since 2014, they've been helping men get healthy safely with effective treatment for over a decade. So call them at 614-300-7400 right now, or you can book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com. Their medical foundation means freedom to practice medicine the right way, not confined by one-size-fits-all pills. Did you know they've got treatments that can help you maintain what you already have? That's right, fellas. Just like going to the gym to maintain muscle, there are ways to keep ED and low T at bay without a pill. It's time for you to start taking a hold of your life and getting that confidence back. And that place to go is the Columbus Men's Clinic. Turn tomorrow's into today. And again, call them at 614-300-7400, or you can book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic, for every man and every season of life.
All right, nice final hour coming your way. So Hockey and Hounds, 2:30. Z will join us from out west as they get ready to take on Vegas off the disappointment from last night. So we'll have him at 2:30. Then up next, Bobby Carpenter, the big fella, hopefully in studio if he's lurking around. Can't wait to see him. We'll have that next, top of the hour. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
1, 2, 3. Here at the Fan is always football o'clock. Proud to be your home of the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. The Fan.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty.
Wait, what?
Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-691-9999. That's 800-691-9999.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman here for Germain Honda of Dublin. So what's the difference? There are other Honda dealers around. Well, Rich Newsom and his team want to earn your trust. They don't expect it, and they earn it by giving you a great price, and then they back it up after the sale with same-day service, no appointment necessary, a great variety of brand new Hondas, and hundreds of pre-owned certified Hondas to choose from, all at the same location. Identify yours at GermainHondaofDublin.com. Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
When you've thrown over 4,000 innings like I have, you know joint pain isn't a maybe, it's a guarantee. For you, was it climbing ladders or too much heavy lifting? Hey, we're all in the same boat. But surgery, that was never my answer.
Baseball legend Roger Clemens knows there's a better way. That's QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself. No scalpels, no fake fixes, just real relief.
What I love about QC Kinetics, these are the most respected medical pros in the country that specialize in non-surgical therapies to get you moving again.
Don't mask the pain, fix it. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation.
I trusted QC Kinetics. You should too.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
What does it mean to live here, serve here in the Ohio Army National Guard?
It means I can attend college full-time and not have to take out student loans to pay for my tuition.
It means I can work my civilian job during the week and support my state and nation in times of need.
You too can live here, serve here as a member of the Ohio Army National Guard. Learn more about part-time service with full-time benefits at nationalguard.com/OH. Sponsored by the Ohio Army National Guard, in coordination with the Ohio Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm the Innovation Ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, on every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
At National Geographic Society, we believe in the power of wonder. It drives us to explore, pushes us to see the world differently, moves us to action. And we believe that today, wonder is more essential than ever. Wow. That's why we're supporting a new generation of explorers to ask big questions, make breakthroughs, and bring the future closer. Wonder awaits. Will you join us? Visit natgeo.org/wonder.
What would it take for my child to only miss half a day of school for treatment?
What would it take to find a cure for childhood cancer?
It would take all of us to come together to support the research. Join us. Go to childrenscancer.org today.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. After 1 year at Alabama and 2 years here at Ohio State, safety Caleb Downs has declared for the NFL Draft. Downs was SEC Freshman of the Year, first-team SEC, two-time first-team Big Ten, two-time unanimous All-American, a Lott Award, and a Thorpe Award winner in his college career. Jake Diebler said that Buckeyes forward Brandon Knoll will miss some time with a foot injury he suffered in the loss to Nebraska. The 19th-ranked Ohio State women's basketball team in Champaign to face Illinois tonight tonight at 7. Tyler Danberg has the call over on the Fan 2 beginning at 6:45. The Columbus Blue Jackets have placed forward Mason Marchman on IR with an upper body injury. The team has recalled forward Mikhail Putia from AHL Cleveland. This one's sponsored by Eco Plumbers. Get $500 in free plumbing services when you buy a new water heater. Visit eco.com and book today.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and I feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, back at it. Final hour of the program. Hockey and Hounds 2:30 with Z before the Vegas game tomorrow. Our man Bobby Carpenter in studio. Happy New Year, my brother. Oh, sorry.
No, my bad. Happy New Year. I mean, I haven't been here in the daytime. And I mean, watching like some daytime soaps up here.
We got
like,
it all going right here. Young and the Restless. I don't know what this is.
For you.
I actually think this is Beyond the Gates. I've seen this before.
Beyond the Gates.
Yeah, I think that's what this is right here. Just because it's always on, like on the TVs out there in the hallway when I walk out of here. I think that's what you're about to see. But yeah,
what would be a better career? Like if you were like a movie star that wasn't a big movie star, or that you had this never-ending life. I mean, you're typecast, you're soap opera, you're playing the same, I assume you're playing the same character for decades as you age.
Let me ask you this.
Is that, I mean, that's pretty good job security.
I agree. I'll answer your question with another question. How many bad-looking people do you see on soaps?
0.
I mean, so if you get to be one of the dudes on there, like, I feel like every other scene opens up with them laying in the bed.
That's a win.
You know?
That's
I mean,
a win.
seriously,
It's a good point.
Sitting there hanging out.
It's a combination of what both you guys just said, a consistent job. Yeah. And if you're a single dude, that's going to work every day. That's not bad.
And you're going to work at the same place. It's not like you're shooting on location, right? I mean, this is... shadows everywhere,
right?
Time
for ING weekends.
You can see the photog in the mirror.
You're just famous enough that people recognize you can do what you want. Probably got to get some nice coin in your pocket. And you don't have to go do this exotic stuff. It's not like you're filming like Tropic Thunder out there, like something like that, or having to get into these crazy roles that, and you probably realize like, hey, you know what I am? Like, I'm a really good like slot, like third or fourth receiver. I don't need to be the grade A guy that's like crazy. Like, I don't need to be Heath Ledger. I'm not trying to win like these crazy awards that are like Christian Bale, or do you see these guys like throwing phones and going crazy? Because like to dive into somebody else's personality and like recreate it as your own, you got to be a little messed up, man. So
just a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
And so when you're on that level, I think that there's some things emotionally that you got to deal with. So these guys, man, they're just kind of playing themselves.
Yeah.
You get to hang out and do a lot of what they love.
It's not like Tropic. They're not working with Mercury. It's not high science.
No.
Right? They're just showing up. It's awesome.
Look at pouring cocktails.
Yeah,
like,
what a great gig.
I mean, are we know that that's not real? Like, is that apple juice?
Right.
It probably might be real bourbon.
No doubt.
And they're not even considered great actors and actresses. They're like
super good-looking people.
Super good-looking that can memorize a line.
You're the SNL king. It's the Californians.
It is.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I mean, seems like the life.
Bob, why today, of all days, or this weekend, is college football officially broken? Like, we're celebrating a Final Four. It's a very good one. The styles make fights. Ole Miss offense, Miami D, the Indiana story with Cignetti. It's a rematch game with Oregon. Like, you've got 4 really good teams. And all of a sudden, all I'm hearing about, and I'll tell people why this is jumping off today, is that an unbelievable percentage of D1 guys are now in the portal. Like it's
almost 40%. It's like high 30s.
So there's currently more D1 players, Maddie.
That's what I'm saying,
There's currently more D1 players in the transfer portal right now than there are total players in the whole NFL. It reminds me of that old line, like there are more kids in law school than there are actually lawyers in the world. And it feels like that. Does that make it broken?
Here's some elements of it. And I think we might be feeling it here a little more. And part of it is, too, I think, who was telling me this? Bill Benner, who comes on. You guys have him on here. He goes, when Ohio State gets knocked out, it's kind of like North Carolina or Duke getting knocked out of the tournament. Probably a little more North Carolina. Because, but there's so much interest there. You watch Bama get shredded by Indiana. So people start looking around. Number one, you've got the Ole Miss situation, which is like, are there coaches there? Are they not? Lane, I want to coach my team. I fought really hard. You fought so hard to coach them that you won't let your assistants stay there with them? Because I don't really think you really wanted to. Or my initial thought is I don't think they could beat Georgia. I don't think he believed they were going to beat Georgia. And so go ahead and coach.
Okay.
One, now we got to get the portal. And so people, then they're like, well, they've got responsibilities here. And so you see all these portal guys. And then I think schools like Ohio State, Georgia, Bama, some of these schools were like, hey, we bring in these great recruiting classes. There's some guys, and listen, you got Quincy Porter, Mylan Graham, Bryce West, Aaron Scott, especially Integra's Ohio, but he started here. But like those other four guys have played some, and you're thinking like developed here, going to work through it. They were getting compensated pretty well, and like you're ready to take that jump, and you're going to play some more. And especially like Bryce West and Aaron Scott sting a little because they're Ohio guys. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, someone goes and offers them $1 million to go somewhere else and play. Like, I don't blame the guy. But like Ohio State, you can't pay your fourth corner $1 million and still expect to pay like your offensive lineman, your D line. Like there's a finite amount of money.
But are they getting that somewhere else?
Oh yeah,
they are.
Well, because here's the thing: like Bryce West signed with Wisconsin. Bryce West is going to be the best corner on Wisconsin, so you can pay him more because even if you don't have as big a pool as Ohio State. He's still your best. He's your number one. Yeah. He is your number one.
That's what it's coming down to. They're chasing the bag, and I can't knock them for doing it.
But here's the worry that I have for these young men. And listen, you play 4 years of college football, you make $1.5 million. That's awesome. But here's the thing: you stay here for 2 years. You go somewhere else, especially if you're an Ohio guy. Go somewhere else, and they give you a lot of money, close to $1 million. Well, let's say you don't play all that well in your third year, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to offer you $400 this year to stay." Well, I'm worth more than that. You paid me more than that last year. Well, your film doesn't really hold up, and you weren't that great. So then what do? Back in the portal. Well, then all of a sudden it's like, well, I'm not getting the offers that I thought I would. And then it's like, okay, well, maybe where do you land up? At like a Bowling Green? Maybe you end up like a Cincinnati-ish place?
Devin Brown's going through this currently, right? He went to Cal thinking he was going to win the job. They had that star freshman come in, and now he's back in.
And now you're back in. And so that's going to be your last year.
Yeah.
You know, and then what are you doing? Because maybe after that, are you good enough to go to the NFL? And listen, you made probably $1.5 million, and that's great. You cut that in half for taxes. You probably spent the other half of it. And, I mean, I'm just being real.
What are the three most appreciated assets in the world? Clothes, cars, jewelry. Now, I'm not sure they're getting the money they get out on you, a woman. But I feel like maybe they're getting the cars for free. But I feel like, yes, they're young with a lot of money. They're not thinking of growing old.
No.
What they're going to need.
They're not thinking about graduating.
That's
so all of a sudden, maybe you get drafted. Maybe you get to the NFL. You play for a couple years, and you're out. And by the way, you're making less in the NFL than you were in college. Real talk. Like, Swordsby, the deal that he got, $5 million, Rothman, that puts you at 12th draft pick this year on the rookie wage scale.
He's making more than Shedeur.
Tate might not make as much as him. Yeah, he's making way more than Shedeur.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden one day you wake up and you're like 27, 28 years old. You've been out of the NFL for 2 or 3 years. You probably spent most of your money. And it's like, well, who do I call now to kind of help me through life? Who are the people that, you know, because guys, when they would come back here, you know, whether it's JP or Ballard or guys like that, hey, come on back. You're working through, career's going okay. Like, let's have some lunch, talk about what you want to do. Because guys did that to me, whether it was Joey or Vrabes. Like, but you don't have those guys.
No, there's not the connection anymore.
Yeah.
It's about a connection.
And so you don't, and that's what I worry. Like, that's what the brokenness is like, okay.
Can they,
around.
From a football standpoint, just from a consistency standpoint, is it easy just trying to eliminate this calendar problem with the portal?
I think there needs to be some restriction around it. But number one, putting the portal in May so you don't have – Oregon's running back is not playing.
Well, one of them, he's got a clavicle, right? Davison?
I thought
the other guy, he didn't play as much.
But still, you're playing for a chance to go to the national championship.
Lamar, I think.
Yes, Lamar.
Yeah.
Not Kendrick. But
right.
You're playing for a chance to win a national title. And it's like, I'm gone.
That is the weird part.
It's crazy.
I think the three of us talked about that years ago.
Yeah, and so those are all the things that are going on, and it's just so, it's tough. And so you put the portal in May. Maybe if you want to do an early signing period, you do it before the season. You push the high school signing back to February when it was. Push the whole season up a little bit so you don't have coaches that have to be dipping out and dodging and everything else. And then it kind of makes a little more sense. And I would be a proponent, you get one free transfer. So listen, make it count, big dog. Like, if you want to go, that's okay. But like the idea that every year you're a free agent, probably isn't all that healthy for your development in football or in life.
Then the pushback will probably come from their side of, well, the coaches get to do whatever they want when they want to. Matt Campbell just signs a deal a few months ago over there at Iowa State. Now he's getting new money at Penn State. So I don't know if there's ever going to be a perfect answer. Real quick, Ole Miss, Miami tomorrow night. Looking at that matchup, how you feeling about that one?
It just depends on which Ole Miss team shows up, and can Miami keep playing as well as they have? Ole Miss's offense is good. I think they're going to put some points up. If they can stay on the field, you saw that Miami defense get gassed in the second half. Like, they got worn down a little bit now. So I think you can maybe do that to them again. If you get Lacey going, you start hammering the rock, and then all of a sudden Chambliss is running around, and like those guys, they don't sub. This is the modern football. Miami paid like 35, 40 guys. And so you saw them when they start getting gas and they put guys in, it's like bam, downhill. I know the total rushing number wasn't good, but that's 40 some yards and sacks. You start looking at what Bo and CJ averaged. I mean, to combined, it was like 4.7 yards. Like, so they were running the ball.
Yeah, I feel like you'd probably, if you got the time.
We'll do another.
Let's do another.
Clock integrity.
Fill it up again. What movie?
Come on, dude. It's
okay, all right. I just want to make sure. I knew you were on it, but I just, for the people that are listening. We'll come back and we'll lay out the spreads because it feels like probably leaning towards both dogs as far as the points go. We'll get Bob's opinion on that next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Do you want free internet forever? Yeah, we thought so. That's why Spectrum is giving you just that. Free fiber-powered internet forever when you switch and get 4 mobile lines from Spectrum. No internet bills, no taxes, no late fees. Just fast fiber-powered internet. Call 833-901-0178 to find out how. But hurry, this deal won't last forever. Once more, 833-901-0178. Or visit spectrum.com/freeforever to learn more.
Have a good day. Stay warm. So my teenage son just went to school in shorts and a hoodie. It's 3 degrees. At least I know he'll be warm in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Ah, you do want the coat.
My phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I.
And then we brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together,
established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Things to know about T-Bone and Tyvus. Bone hates the SEC. Tyvus refuses to drink dark liquids. And they're both big fans of public shaming. Oh, they also host a radio show together weekday mornings from 6 to 9. Listen to it. The Fan.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. So no matter what you give, we give 100% for life-saving research victories, 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments, 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We know cancer research is working. Over the last 30 years, an estimated 4.5 million lives have been saved thanks to game-changing research breakthroughs. But there is more work to do. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate today at V.org.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
Educators have powerful voices, and in 2026, educators are using their voices to speak up for the funding, resources, and support our students need to learn, grow, and thrive. No exceptions. Together, we can deliver on the promise of a great public education for every child.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect skies to be mostly cloudy today, but still mild with above average temperatures in the upper 40s. And then for tonight, partly cloudy overnight with lows around freezing. For Thursday, a dry day ahead with mostly cloudy skies and warmer with highs in the mid to upper 50s. Rain develops late Thursday night, overnight into Friday with gusty winds and lows in the 50s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, nice little Bet365.
Let's get into it, brother, because at Bet365, they got a great deal waiting for new customers right now, where all you have to do, folks, is bet $5. Soon after that, you're getting $200 in bonus bets, whether you win or lose, so you could take that $200 and turn it into something bigger and better when you bet on money lines, spreads, totals, and player props. AR, CFP lines, where we at?
All right, so Miami is laying 3.5. I think the over-under is weird at 52. It feels high. Now, Bob said that's right. Miami's going to be put into a really tough spot here, being Ole Miss is offense versus defense. We get that. But 52, like, I feel like I'd maybe even buy that up a half a point and say it's a 28-24 game and you're on. And I think that might be a lot. Oregon's getting 3.5 from Indiana. Not surprising, but rematch games, as we know, have gone to the team that lost the first game. I actually like both dogs with the points. Indiana has something that a lot of these teams don't have, and that's incredible balance. And the one thing that I would say about Indiana they are so disciplined. You know that it's the only team that's ever won 14 games, I think, and only lost one fumble. Wow. And the fact that they're like second in least penalty yards, and the fact that they've only dropped 6 passes of Mendoza all year. Like, they
don't make mistakes.
They don't.
They're clean.
And I also think, I know Cignetti's been talked about as doing the greatest job, and he has. I also think he's caught a perfect storm of guys that maybe went through college without winning a ton, and a lot of them followed him.
I want the guy that wouldn't take the test.
That's right. That's it. I feel like there's an edge because they've all come together.
Yeah.
It's not like he's got umpteen guys are going to the NFL. You know, I just feel like
a few guys, but to your point, not a ton. Not a ton, right?
Yeah.
And the momentum has continued because you look at what he's done in the portal, right? You got Josh Weaver coming in from TCU, Nick Marsh from Michigan State. That's old Marky Mark coming in. That's Cubes coming in.
That's Cubes coming in strong.
Cubes' his partner. People talk. They got a lot of cash,
yes,
man.
Yes, they do.
Well, between Mellencamp and him, I mean, they built him a hut up there in the press box. Right. Did you see 60 Minutes of the story in Indiana? And Cougars got the press box above the press box.
And he's smoking cigarettes in there?
But that's why he's got it.
God, that's
so the darts, he can just do whatever he wants.
Lung darts?
They might build one for Cubes up there with him, like a whole press box on
Cubes,
top.
he gets the chair on the sideline. Yeah. That's what he wants.
Where's Cuban about $5 billion? Where's he at? His net worth. Anybody know off the top of there? He's got to be right around there somewhere. But to your point, Bobby, the cash flow is there, and it doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon.
Are you on the dogs here getting the points, or do you feel like just taking Indiana on the money line with Ole Miss plus 3.5, or how would you play this?
I would probably take Ole Miss plus 3.5, and I would take Indiana on. And Indiana's laying 3.5.
Laying 3.5.
I'd lay the points.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. They beat them by 10 up there in Autzen. No, I'm not here.
It wasn't as close as the final. I'm sorry. It wasn't as. It was Tie game in the fourth quarter.
They also threw a pick six in there.
That's right.
That's
so
like one of the.
I'm glad you mentioned that because Oregon only scored 13 points essentially against Indiana at home. But that game was 20-20 in the fourth, and that's when Mendoza answered that. But yeah, I said to Maddie when we came after that game at Oregon, which put them on the map this year, I said every Indiana team from here to 1988 loses that game.
Yeah,
not
they
this one.
Find a way to lose.
They found a way to lose.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. Not this one. All right.
Real quick, I did want to mention this Oregon, Jordan Davis isn't going to Davison isn't going to be playing for them. That's a big blow for them. But, yeah, I mean, just from what you've seen or what we've seen from Mendoza, I mean, this guy's the accuracy is through the roof. We just got done talking about the discipline. They just feel destined at this point to do this. They just really do to me with this kind of magic carpet ride that they're on.
So I was talking to AJ today on my FanDuel show about this, and I asked him about the game and the underdog, the teams with buys, like they're the only team with a buy that won, and how teams.
Right.
But everybody has started slow. You look at their halftime scoring; it hasn't been great. Now Indiana obviously had 17, I think, at half. But even the first drive, Rothman, they come out against Bama, 2 sacks. You're like blitz. You're like, oh gosh,
they had to start running the ball.
This doesn't look good.
No,
maybe Bama is better. Like you're starting. Maybe what everybody said is true, and then all of a sudden,
maybe we don't belong here.
Yeah,
maybe
dude, no way. They tied the tourniquet on, and just boom, we're gonna go down in Blitzkrieg.
Hey, are you not feeling like me that Indiana is destined right now?
Last time I felt that Diggs was the Minneapolis Miracle, and everyone's telling me we're destined. Like all I'm telling you is that there are 4 very worthy teams here.
Just be glad Diggs isn't on your team anymore.
But I do feel like I'm leaning more in than out than I did before.
Okay,
I am
that makes sense.
Because of their balance. Okay. That's right. Let me give you one of those.
Where's the Drop King at? He's not even paying attention.
He's the mic's on. You know that.
Yeah, it's open mic night here all the time. You never. Where are you on which NFL team you're going to ride in the playoffs here?
Oh gosh, that is
Stafford, Rams. I
like Stafford a lot.
Better than them going to Philly. I didn't like that for either one of those. Just because
he's a 37-year-old guy. Yeah. He's seen it all. I mean,
it's amazing.
I think I like Stafford and the Rams.
You're not going to buy Seattle just because of Darnold, because this running game is real and this defense is real. If he doesn't mess it up, I think they're a tough out.
The one thing is, I know they have home field. Like, when you get those divisional games on home field, it's not quite as overwhelming because they've been there. They go there every year. Like, it's not like a team coming in that hasn't played in Seattle in 5 years. No one knows about it. So it's a little different. AFC-wise, that is
tough.
Is New England and Denver, are they ready for this? Like, that's my question. The young quarterbacks.
The young QBs. That's one thing. I like...
Fish just walked in, and we could hear him because Cole's mic was.
I still like Buffalo.
Yeah,
I think like this. There might be an element with Buffalo this year where they've kind of stumbled their way through it. If they can get this first win, I think they can get a little momentum because they've got one of the most experienced guys out there.
I think Jacksonville's beating them this week.
Yeah,
I like where Jacksonville is at.
They're.
I like the wave of
pretty good high
that they have right now, and then being at home. I hear what you're saying because Josh Allen, McDermott, they've been there.
I can't quit them.
No, and listen, they've been knocking on the door for years, and usually when you're doing that, you're going to find a way to punch through. But there's something about Jacksonville I'm buying right now. I think they're going to not really clip them. They're the 3 seed, and Buffalo's the 6. But yeah, I'm going Jacksonville in that one.
I feel like in the AFC, you can kind of dump all these teams in a bucket and like pull a couple, and you're like, maybe.
Except Pittsburgh.
I don't know.
Winning it all?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I mean, I like the fact that he's still alive. I do. I like the fact he's still alive.
Did you see those legs on Sunday night?
He's still a dancing little sprite. But the arm, it's still got that one.
He's got a quick release. They just don't have anything else.
No.
But
they'll get DK back.
They did it without
through the suspension.
I mean, them smack. Sometimes you just got to smack it. Wayne Brady.
Peyton Manning told AR, right, at the memorial that he still believed in the arm talent for Rodgers. And to your point, you give him time.
He went right there.
He'll dodge up. Yeah.
He can still, you watch it, it still snaps out of there. What I was impressed with is that he pulled it down. It's like,
that's crazy.
He looked terrible running, but he still was somehow getting yards.
Crazy. The Harbaugh situation. 18 years in Baltimore. He is now
got you for 18 years.
What do you think? What do you think of that? I'm okay with it as a Ravens fan.
18th birthday, found out it wasn't his.
I'll tell you, we haven't lost a lot of the connection here, man.
But
I say it here, it comes out there.
There's a lot of things that could go with that too. But I heard Schefter talking about it. I don't know if there was any like conspiracy where like Lamar's like, I want him out or this. I probably think that they looked at this and, the joke, I mean, you've seen the meme with the field goal.
Yeah, that's right.
Fire Tomlin, fire Harbaugh. Like, I feel like that's kind of what would have happened.
Yeah.
You can't, and maybe they still fire Tomlin.
Okay, so Schefter, I said the same thing to him today at 12:30. I said, well, if he makes the kick, he's not going anywhere. And then Schefter says, well, how do you know? And what he meant was, and now I get it, what he meant was, maybe anything short of an AFC title game, he probably would, because there's something in-house. Lamar gets to the podium and did not back him.
Yeah.
They asked him, and he deflected and just said, oh, you're going to ask me about that now after a loss? Well, it's pretty easy. You either like the guy or you don't. Yeah. And he did not back him. So maybe just run its course. Not that he's a bad coach. It's like any talent in any field.
Yeah.
Just because
Andy Reid in Philly.
Right.
Dude, they went to 4 straight NFC championship. Dude, he's won 3 more Super Bowls. It doesn't mean that he's a bad coach.
Look at all these guys. Vrabel got fired. Look where he is now. Like,
it happens, man. I appreciate everything he did, but I think it's time for a new voice in there, and there's some stuff coming out of there.
Childress.
Ian Rappaport said that maybe some of the message was falling on deaf ears. Reminded me of Pete Carroll at the back end in Seattle there. You're just there forever. Guys are tuning you out.
It's not that you're bad.
Right.
I mean, like you said, they could have won this week, won and got in, and maybe they lose this week, and
he's probably still. I think he's still getting fired.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Unless they would have made a run, then I think to Rothen's point, I think
he needed to win it all. Yep. I think he needed to win it all.
All right, great seeing you, my man. We got to cut loose. We got Z coming up in 2 minutes.
Oh, there we go.
And we'll do a little hockey and hounds off that disappointment. It's getting concerning. We'll talk to him next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this. Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose, so you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money lines, spreads, totals, or player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet just $5. It's the only betting app I use. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. In-app only.
Hey, everybody. This is Jeremy Berm from the Austin and Berm Show on 97.1 The Fan. I wanted to give you guys a little update on my Awaken 180 weight loss journey. I started this plan a little bit before the new year started, and not because I'm extra disciplined or heroic or anything like that. I just got tired of waiting for the perfect time to make a change with my own life. And now here we are, second week of January, and I'm already down more than 20 pounds. 20. While most people are still figuring out if they're actually going to start their resolution, I've got 3 weeks of progress quite literally under my belt. But here's the thing. It's not too late for you either. You could start today and still be down 20 pounds by the end of January with results like mine. That is what happens when you have a real plan. Awaken 180 gives you structure, coaching, and actual support, not just motivation that fades by week 2. So if weight loss is your goal and you haven't started yet or have already given up, there's no judgment here. Just don't wait another week, because a few weeks from now, you could be saying what I'm saying. This is already working. Awaken180weightloss.com.
We got a higher home appraisal after we put away our African art and family photos.
Has this happened to you because of race or national origin? Contact HUD at hud.gov/fair housing. A message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
You'd think that dog conversation wouldn't necessarily blend with hockey talk. And you'd be wrong.
You idiots!
Like a fine wine and dark chocolate, it's going down smooth. Rothman and Ice present Hockey and Hounds.
Sponsored by Telhio Credit Union, helping hounds find a home and helping you finance yours. Get the best rate from Telhio's mortgage experts. Find out more at telhio.org.
Now joining the boys, the lead dog on the blue line, Zack Werenski.
Yeah, he's giving absolutely everything to this squad, bouncing right back after being out. Leads the team in goals, assists, which means he leads them in points. And newsflash, he's a defenseman who's playing almost 27 minutes a night, which leads me to the very first question for Z. You got any siblings we can sign? You got any brothers at home we can get contracted here quickly?
That's a good question. I actually do have a brother that used to play. I'm sure he'd be interested in it, but
I don't know if it'd be any good for us.
How did those one-on-ones go when you guys growing up? How did that look like?
Slap shot regatta.
How was that?
Yeah, exactly. It was intense. He was the older brother, so he was always laughing at me and pushing my buttons, and I would just get pissed off. So we had some good battles, but I think it definitely pushed me to be more competitive for sure.
When did you know you were better than him?
We played together for a number of years growing up. I played a few years up on his team. So I think kind of from an early age, I just always knew I was, playing with older guys and whatnot. But I would say probably like once I got to like middle school, high school age, I kind of had a feeling that I was a little bit better. And I think he knew it too. So, but he was very supportive. It was a good relationship.
Yeah. Very similar to mine, I think. My brother, how much older is he?
Just under 2 years.
Yeah, same thing for me. Yeah, identical. Before we get into the game, how are you holding up? It looked like you got tweaked a little early in that game. Obviously, you had a great game, came back with a goal. But I just wanted to ask you, how are you holding up physically right now?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. It's one of those things where it's kind of day by day and just trying to manage some things. Definitely got tweaked early in the game, which wasn't ideal. Felt like maybe it kind of hindered my play a little bit as the game went on, but I feel pretty good today. Did some treatment and just get ready for tomorrow.
Z, I don't think we've got a chance to speak to you since you were named to Team USA for the Olympic Winter Games, so congratulations on that honor. Talk about what that means to you. Talk about how you found out and how excited I'm sure you are for this.
Yeah, it's a huge honor. Just incredibly grateful for the opportunity. Obviously, there's a lot of good American-born players, and you're never really sure if you're going to make the team until you get the phone call. And just a special feeling, a special moment to get that call. It was New Year's Eve morning. I actually missed the first call. We were on the ice, and immediately called Billy Guerin back. And quick phone call. It took maybe about a minute and a half. He just said, "Are you ready for Milan?" And once I heard that, I was relieved, excited, honored, and yeah, it's been a cool week, I guess. Knowing I've been named to that team, just with family and friends reaching out, setting up, Milan plans and Olympic plans for my, friends and family, tickets and all that. It's me going to play in the games, but so many people have helped me get there, and I'm excited for everyone to experience it.
It's going to be incredible. Say hey to Torts for us. That'll be good.
Yeah, I will. Sure. I'm excited to see him.
Yeah, that'll be good. Obviously, I know he thinks the world of you, and clearly, how he's impacted guys in this league. All right, Miracle. Where are you on the movie? Best movie ever? Best sports movie? I mean, now that the Olympics are coming, and I'm sure. Listen, I know this was made when you were like 5 years old or whatever, but where are you on Miracle as a movie?
I love the movie Miracle. Yeah. Me and my wife actually sat down and watched it after I was named. She's never seen it start to finish. And we were bored one day in the afternoon. I just kind of threw it on. And, it's an awesome movie. I think any hockey player probably loves that movie, especially if you're an American-born player.
So
kind of wanted to get more in the spirit and decided to put it on, and I'm happy we did. It's an incredible movie.
From your standpoint, because this is the way I sometimes I judge sports movies like this, like how real the sports looks in the movie. And it's very difficult to do sometimes because you're not hiring. I mean, for this, you had to have hockey players as the actors. Yeah, but I felt like them mimicking the exact bounces, the plays that were the key plays in the run to winning gold. I thought they did a great job. I thought from the goalies to everything. Did it come off to you as at least the hockey leaps off the screen as being very believable?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I obviously wasn't around in those days to, I guess, understand what the hockey was actually like, but it looks like old time hockey. It looks like there's still a lot of skill, a lot of, pace. I think they did a great job of portraying probably what coaches were like back then. The hockey looks really real, and I'm sure it's really hard to do. I don't know how they did it. But yeah, I think the movie as a whole is a great movie for anyone to watch, but especially young American hockey players.
When are you going to make her watch Slapshot?
I don't know if you'd be as into that one.
Well, let's hold that one.
Z, were there any attempts? Yeah, since we're talking hockey movies, any attempts growing up to do the old knuckle puck from the old Mighty Ducks movie?
Yeah, there's always attempts at it. I've never really tried it on the ice, but street hockey, we'd always put the puck up on its side and take slap shots, and we're always messing around as kids out in the street and whatnot. But yeah, it's actually a real thing though. If a puck kind of rolls up on its side in the game and you shoot it, it goes all over the place. So it's honestly a good shot, just never really happened.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Hey, obviously tough one last night, but you had that goal that cut the lead to 2-1, and then shortly after that, Olivier's getting busy out there again doing what he does. Just talk about that fight. The fight went viral. It was everywhere. I mean, you got NFL people from ESPN talking about it and quote tweeting it on Twitter today. But just seeing that again last night from your vantage point, what was that like, Z?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, obviously you don't ever want to see anyone go down or get hurt, and it seems like Reeves is doing all right, but two heavyweight fighters in this league, and obviously we're very lucky to have Molly on our side. I think it gave our team energy in the third period. I actually thought our third was our best. Didn't get a result, but I think it got our team going. It's incredible what he does, standing in there toe-to-toe with some of the biggest guys in the league, and I think I saw a stat, he's 21-0 in fights the last 2 years, which is insane considering the guys he fights. So very lucky to have him in Columbus. I got a front row seat to it last night, and one, it's great entertainment, and two, it's just great for our team to have a guy like that. So, very fortunate.
Yeah, I don't think there's a question anymore on who the toughest guy in the league is. I would ask you this as far as the team goes. And listen, I think you got a bad deflection when you were sending the puck out when you guys were trying to press to tie that game. But where you are now, 6 points back, but the 7 teams in between. And that's why it is so important when you play like the Jerseys or the Penguins or Buffalo, when that was obviously very important. But how concerned are you where this team is right now? What is your concern level as far as being able to get back into this fight?
That's a good question. I mean, I try and take things day by day. It's we still have 40 games left, so a lot can change in that time. Obviously, when you say you're 6 points back, it's really not a huge hill to climb, and I have full belief in our group. I think we have a team to do that. I think we can. We've handled adversity, and we've been through a lot here together. The hard part is just there's so many teams between us in those spots, right? So everyone's kind of looking at it like we are, where everyone still has, a good amount of hope and confidence in their group, and it's just on us now to go on a run. I mean, we need to win some games and string some wins together. Obviously, this is a tough road trip with some good teams, but, find a way to get a couple points here, and then we get home for 7 of 8 games. So we're not in a bad spot. It's just on us to get the job done and take care of business, especially at home, but also on the road in some of these games. I'm just trying to take it day by day. Obviously, last night's a tough one, but we have a good Vegas team here tomorrow. It's a fun place to play, and I actually thought we played them really well at home earlier this year. We'll try and get 2 points and see where we're at tomorrow night.
Good for you. By the way, the holiday fosters that when these shelters do these sleepovers where people can take a dog home for the weekend during the holidays, and then obviously the hope is they fall in love and the dog adapts well. They were very successful this year. And one of the ones that you and I talked about, I think last time we were on, was Pop Rock. And Pop Rock did just get adopted. And it was the little black and white mix that was wonderful. And so that's just great news when people realize how cool it is to be able to give a dog a home who's living in a most of its life in a kennel right now. The one that I want to highlight for us today is Laura Lee. Laura Lee is a 1-year-old boxer from my friends at prodogsohio.org, a foster-based rescue. I've worked with them a lot of years. In fact, I'll tell you, I don't know if I ever told you this story, but Elvis donated his pads, the big pads, the leg pads, and a mask. And that we auctioned that off, and Pro Dogs Ohio was the one, because Elvis, I got contacted by Elvis through the team, and he wanted to help. He's an animal lover as well. And we auctioned off, I think, his pads and his mask. I could have let this thing go for months and we probably would have made more, but I didn't feel right about letting the auction last that long. I think in 2 weeks we raised like $11,000. So I want to just give him a shout out. I don't know if people remember that because we did it so behind the scenes kind of thing. And Pro Dogs Ohio was the organization that was the beneficiary of that. They have a foster named Laura Lee, a 1-year-old boxer who just finished up some training, ready for a forever home. She is the sweetest girl, I'll tell you, and puppy mill survivor. And people have always asked me, like, what does that really mean? It means that essentially she was used for breeding purposes, and that typically leads to them being kind of shy at first and liking other dogs to model their behavior and trust and gain confidence. And she really has. And so we'd love to see her in a home, probably with a fenced yard if we can. And her current favorite things to do are similar to all dogs: snuggle and relax around the house. I've had boxers. I love them. They're energetic, but they are definitely people dogs, and they just love being around their family. And she is awesome, sweet girl, looking for people who kind of love her and bring her along slowly and steadily. What a great dog I think she can become. So 1-year-old boxer Laura Lee, ProDogsOhio.org is the site, and people can go there, and then I'll tweet her out as well, and then hopefully we'll have some good news for you soon enough. So great news all around, Z.
Yeah, that's great news, and that's a great story from Elvis. I didn't know that, so thanks for sharing that. And, yeah, hopefully you have some more good news from you in a few weeks here.
You got it, bud. All right, good luck tomorrow. I know you'll stay in the fight, and I know you got a lot of meaningful hockey left this season. We appreciate you, bud. Take care.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks. That's our friend Zack Werenski, CBJ Blue Liner, and just having a massive season. Going to go to the Olympics for Team USA. Torts is on the staff, and it's just going to be awesome. Hockey and Hounds brought to you by our friends at Tell Hire Credit Union every Wednesday. They have been with us since the beginning. Can't thank them enough. Proudly serving Ohio since 1934. Tell Ohio is Columbus's hometown credit union. Learn more at tellohio.org. And every time Z or Seeves calls, they make a generous donation to the Hockey and Hounds Fund, which then at the end of the year we put out to these very worthy rescues to help these animals in need. We'll come back with Tell the Truth, Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon. Even if this promo is playing in the morning, no judgment.
Ah, sweet morning drinking.
The Fan.
It's a new year. Ready for a fresh start or career reboot? At My Computer Career, prep for a more recession-resistant future in the high-demand fields of IT, cybersecurity, in months, not years, including AI. Whether you're starting out or switching careers, no prior training is needed. Attend school online from home or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu to take the free career evaluation today. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman here for Germain Honda of Dublin. So what's the difference? There are other Honda dealers around. Well, Rich Newsom and his team want to earn your trust. They don't expect it, and they earn it by giving you a great price, and then they back it up after the sale with same-day service, no appointment necessary, a great variety of brand new Hondas, and hundreds of pre-owned certified Hondas to choose from, all at the same location. Identify yours at GermainHondaofDublin.com. Germain Honda of Dublin, Sawmill Road, just south of 270.
Jake Diebler's Buckeyes hit the road for a Big Ten battle with Oregon.
Live fan coverage starts Thursday night at 9:30 with the tip at 10:30.
Every game, every season. Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
When it comes to a gun suicide attempt, all it takes is a moment.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple.
I was lost. I had snapped. I had a gun, and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still a life to live for the better of myself, my family. My weapon is now safely put away.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone. Store your guns, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Hear more safe stories at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
Get Eco.
Eco is giving away $500 in free repairs whenever you buy a new water heater.
Helps restore balance to the universe.
Give it away plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna make you cool again. HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Some journeys start small, with small pause and big purpose.
Look how little fly, you sweet girl.
Every great partnership begins with the first step,
Bella, let's go.
guiding them through the world so one day they can guide someone through life. With shared experience, confidence grows, and the path becomes clear. It takes time, patience, and love. But the reward lasts a lifetime.
Good girl, Bella.
You don't just raise a puppy. You raise a future. Become a Dogs Inc. puppy raiser. Give a dog a purpose. Give someone hope.
Learn more at dogsinc.org.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
TLC, take us home. Let me ask you this about Tell the Truth. Do you want Ice to reveal his chosen punishment if you allow him to actually?
At least what we'll do. We'll do his little update thing. We'll do it. We'll just figure out a day and how many, and we'll knock it out.
Does he have to go over there and sit in the update chair?
No. Oh, really make it official?
No. I think that'd be great at the kiddie table.
Sit next to you while I'm doing it. Have you already scripted these out?
Not yet. I've had some ideas, but and for the sake of this segment, I was kind of banking on knocking out some time by talking about this. But I was curious as to what your idea was that you were going to volunteer for yourself.
Well, we all are.
Because now we've backed out of it.
Nobody will ever know. I'm going to keep it in this small brain that I got. I'm going to keep this in the small brain that I got in this safe up here, and we will do it.
It may be better. He may agree to it.
Okay. He's already tweeting at people. No matter what he says, I'm going to say no, blah, blah, blah.
Somebody tweeted
it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter.
It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Does this qualify as being sensitive, Rothman?
What, me doing the punishment?
No. Like this whole, I'm gonna tease you. I'm gonna tease you till later. And now you're like, hey, man, we'll just do your idea. I'm not even going to tell you what I was thinking.
I don't know. I don't.
I'm very curious.
I'm very curious, too.
I'm very curious.
Me stepping up to the plate.
I was very curious as to what your suggestion was going to be. Well, okay.
No, because you were already in the mindset that no matter what I said, you were saying no. So it doesn't even matter.
I know, maybe. Now it's just the curiosity of what it was.
Now I'm going to just linger.
Take it to the grave?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of things I'm taking to the grave, AR.
McGroovy don't play like Homie, and Homie don't play like that.
Hit you boys with a switcheroo.
Really.
The listeners hate you right now. I guarantee
Just
they were
doesn't matter.
at least one person was out there wondering. I wonder what Ice is going to suggest.
Because all the good-looking girls would still go out with the guys from Camp Mohawk because they got all the money.
What movie?
You'll never get it. It's okay.
Now I'm edged twice.
That's true. By the way, I just...
Yeah, thanks.
Forget about it. Don't worry about it.
Any listeners out there have any secrets that they want to talk about but not actually tell? Anybody else?
I was talking with a... golf buddy.
Go ahead and tweet at me.
I was talking to a golf buddy of mine.
Tweet at me, YouTube chat. Let me know you got a secret, but don't tell me what it is because apparently that's the theme of this segment.
Yeah. And I was talking about this is the most boring conversation ever. I'm going to tell you what we were talking about. I'm like golf ball compression, and I was like, you
guys were nerding out.
I was.
Yeah, no.
And so I was like, listen, I've always been, I don't swing that fast anymore, and do I need to go to a really low compression golf ball? But those seem to be harder, so I'm going to lose greenside control, and I'm really nerding out. And I'm like, So what do you think? I go, so do I need to have a compression like under 80 or under 50? You know, whatever. And he looks at me and goes, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
And that was it. That was the end of the conversation.
Don't worry
like,
about
I'm just, stop worrying about
Thanks.
that.
Thanks.
Just
man.
keep it on the planet. You'll be all right.
I love that we got TLC fired up over there.
Chimney check was burner.
I am.
I was wondering what it was. I agree with you.
Is it chimney, though?
How
Do you
about
think
this?
That's chimney?
I don't think chimney check was.
How about this?
Shout out to Chimney Check was burner, by the way.
Don't you know him?
Don't just.
Wasn't Chimney Check
That's right.
co-hosting shows for a brief period of time?
He was in here.
No,
wait.
He was doing some Buckeye shows?
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah.
He was.
I know for a fact from listening to the station that Tim co-hosted with him at least once.
Yeah, no, I think you're right about that, TL.
You listen to the station when you're not here? It's amazing.
This was a long time
Well
ago.
done. Okay.
When he was in St. Louis, he was already listening. He knew
Very
what he wanted
proud
to
of
do.
you. That's very nice.
Don't seal the lid on.
No, I'm
on
doing it. Just because it irritated TLC, so now I'm definitely not telling him.
Well, now, what was your original motivation for backing up for not telling
No,
us?
I really just wanted to
I
start
think-
some stuff.
I think he
honestly.
just wanted to kind of bring something else to the table.
I was going
That's
to
all.
do it. I was just starting some
You know
stuff.
you
That's
do
all
it.
I was doing.
Everybody
All I was
does
doing.
it. Just did it. I'm ready to do it again. And I do think you should
kinda
probably
don't
have to
believe you,
go
though.
into the update chair. I think you need to probably go to the update chair for this.
He needs to go to the update.
So here's the thing: we got to figure out just the times
a
of this
booster seat.
because obviously, like Bake Show and Tyler Danberg,
we
whoever's
will
scheduled.
avoid the actual top of the hour updates.
Maybe we do them in the second block of each hour.
Oh, we're doing more than just the second block.
So for people that don't really know what we're talking about,
No,
they
we're not.
just
We're
joined
going
us.
to have to come up with a number on that.
Yeah, so
first of all.
there's a skit on SNL where Colin Jost and Michael Che every year write jokes for each other that the other one hasn't seen, and they make them read them live on the air. Now, clearly that's SNL and what they're going to get away
And
with.
that's also Rothman and Ice.
Yeah, that's right. So,
And
yeah,
I do have editorial control on this, too. Because
Well-
I have to say it. And if it's something that I don't want to say, I ain't saying it. Because I got to sit here in this chair every day.
I'm not
okay?
going to.
It's easy for the guy that doesn't have to sit here in this chair every day to do this.
I'm not going to violate any FCC rules.
You're not going to be violated. So, Maddie's Ravens losing to the Steelers. The punishment they came up with was that TLC was going to write the updates for Maddie, and he was going to have to read them, but not be able to see before he was reading them. And that
Cold
was
copy.
it. Now, that may sound lame to a lot of people. I don't know. We'll only know
Wait
when
till
it
you hear
happens.
how many drops we field from this.
That's true.
I'm planting drops so I can harvest them later. Hello.
That's pretty good. I like the sound of that.
Thank you.
Of course you do, Aaron.
No,
I love that. I love that the punishment that
I
you
didn't
and
want
I
this
came
to
up
be the
with
punishment.
has to be like the worst thing ever. One of the worst things ever.
Oh,
It's like everybody's done meals and T-shirts and stuff around here for years, and ours was you don't get to talk for a week, and I got to do crazy.
No, you were the favorite.
And that's what we settled on because we were going too far. Whoever came up with the whole, like, you know, you got to, like, double spray tan. That was a terrible idea. Was that you?
I think that was Nicole.
Yeah,
I think Nicole came up with that, and then we ran it by AR.
I just think
and
I
he
wanted.
kinda
I kind of liked it.
There were some physical punishments.
I was asking her, like, if you did get spray tan, how long would it last?
And there
Can
was,
we get you through the winter? Like, because if we can get you through March, I thought that was a pretty good penalty.
It's a long spray tan.
There was a
Well, that's what I don't know how long they last.
Me either. I really don't.
I suggested that if the game ended in a tie, Rothman would have to get the Hockey and Hounds tattoo.
That's right.
And the dog with the hockey stick in his mouth.
Where would you have gotten that?
Let me ask you a question, though. Oh, yeah, obviously it could. It wasn't a playoff game, so it could have ended in a tie. Were you going to ask what location?
Real quick, because we got to go. Where would you have gotten that?
I'm not even thinking
neck,
about that.
we would have went full neck.
Not even
tat.
thinking about that.
Neck.
Full neck.
You're near retirement, so who cares if you get a job
Full
stopper?
neck tat
Wow,
like
I'm already gone.
Full neck tat
I
like
said
Cody
near.
Rhodes. Hey, we got to go.
His definition is close.
Common Man and Timmy coming up next. No Common Man. Joshua Perry back in. We'll talk to you tomorrow at High Noon. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Ring in the new year and save big on everything for your next project. Now at Menards. Upgrade your bathroom today with our great selection of Broen bath fans. Get a Chroma Comfort bath fan that has 24 color options with unlimited color themes and a built-in Bluetooth speaker. View our entire selection of Broen bath fans on Menards.com. Plus, check out our weekly flyer for other great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Winters can be brutal here in the Columbus area, and if you're cold in your home with the heat running constantly, it's probably your old, inefficient windows that are the problem. The good news is that Window Nation can help you get through this season because in the last 20 years, they've installed over 3 million energy-efficient windows nationally, and they're trusted by thousands of Columbus homeowners to keep their homes comfy and cozy year-round, while also saving them money on monthly utility bills. And right now, they're more affordable during the Window Nation Buy 4, Get 4 Windows free sale. It's a great time to replace all the windows in your home. Plus, you could get your windows with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. You'll be surprised by the dramatic difference new windows will make. Your home will be better protected against the weather, feel warm and dry, and you'll love the lower utility bills. The pros at Window Nation will guide you every step of the way. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 sale going on now. The sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com right now. Window Nation, a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
It all connects. The girl who walks for hours to bring home the family's water, the school she can't attend most days, her little brother's belly laugh, her dreams of being a teacher, an engineer, the mayor. It all connects. But at Child Fund, so do we, through everything we do, so every child can grow up healthy, educated, and safe. Because we need each other. Learn more at childfund.org.
Hi, guys. This is the Rocket Roger Clemens. You don't pitch in the majors for 24 years without feeling it later. Shoulders, elbows, knees. Trust me, pain doesn't retire when you do.
That's baseball legend Roger Clemens.
I tried the ice. I tried rest, PT, nothing really worked. When I heard about QC Kinetics, the concept sounded promising. Non-surgical regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself without surgery. Sign me up, just what I needed, real lasting relief.
Whether you're a former pro, a weekend golfer, or just want to walk around pain-free again, QC Kinetics uses cutting-edge technology and natural biologics to help restore and repair damaged tissue.
I trusted them with my joints. Now I'm back doing what I love.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Jacob Reimer. Ohio State safety Caleb Downs is officially declared for the NFL draft. In 3 years of college, Downs spent 1 year at Alabama, where he was named SEC Freshman of the Year and earned SEC First Team. Here in Columbus, he was a 2-time First Team Big Ten and a 2-time unanimous All-American. Downs is projected to be a top pick in the draft this April. Ohio State basketball Jake Diebler announced today that forward Brandon Knoll is out indefinitely with a foot injury that he suffered in the loss to Nebraska. The Buckeyes take on Oregon tomorrow night at 10:30. And the 19th ranked Ohio State women's basketball team is in action tonight. They're on the road taking on Illinois. Tyler Danberg has the call over on the Fan 2 starting at 6:45. Tip-off is at 7. This one's sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Need help in recovering from the holidays? Get a holiday loan from BMI Federal Credit Union. Visit bmifcu.org/holiday loan. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
You're about to enter a land of audio delight so awesome that you'll drop all important obligations to get your daily fix. Even Marconi, inventor of the radio, couldn't have imagined the pleasures that are about to invade your ear hole.
Oh, yes.
Try as you might, there's no escape. Let's begin.
How? Good afternoon.
This is Common Man and Timmy.
Doing good, Mike.
Featuring Panama Ted.
Too hot.
With special guests, Nicole Sheeran.
Yeah, dog.
Jen Winters.
I will kick you in the junk.
Jeff Rimmer.
I will be around to haunt you forever.
And Chris Collinsworth.
I mean, are you kidding me?
Broadcasting live from the corner of Cracky and Sacky.
Excuse me.
Here's Common Man and Timmy.
They don't know what the they're doing.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. No Common Man today, but we are set. We are covered. Joshua Perry, our ex-great Ohio State linebacker, college football analyst extraordinaire. Joshua Perry is here again. Joshua, it's good to see you. How you doing?
I take exception when I'm introduced and people say great, right? I would consider myself in the pantheon of Buckeye goods. Okay.
That's right. Very
Caleb
fair
Downs,
of you.
farewell. Carnell Tate, farewell. Those are greats, right? Joey Bosa's a great. Ezekiel Elliott's a great. Braxton Miller, Cardale Jones, they're greats. Joshua Perry, a good.
You see, this is what makes you different. This is what makes you unique. Because Tyvis wouldn't scoff at that at all. He would want to be buttered up even more.
Of course.
And I would say some of those things about Tyvis as well. I say it about you. You push back on it. You're like, you don't need to give me that much credit.
Just a little pushback. I enjoyed my time, did what I need to do for the team, but we don't have to lie to the people to hype it up more than what it was.
Weren't you one of the last guys though? Because I think your position. Well, let me do the things too. Teddy, Panama Ted. How you doing, Teddy? I'm doing good, Mike. Tress, how you doing?
Doing good, Mike.
All right, everybody is here and accounted for. We have a wonderful show coming up. It is a Wednesday. Joshua is going to partake. I'm pleased with that. I can't wait to see it here at 3:30 as our lovely gal, Nicole Sheeran from 10 TV. She'll saunter in here. She's keeping tabs on everything going on in the Buckeye football offseason too. But it's Leather Jacket Wednesday. So that's at 3:30. And then little hockey talk. Oh, another one last night where Alexander Wenberg, you got to love it when old players have some stuff for you. He took it to the Jackets.
Paying him too?
I think
yes.
so.
Yes,
we are. Thank you, Teddy.
Awesome.
Salary's still going into his pockets.
That's great.
He's getting paid by his team and us to have a 3-point night and beat the Jackets. But name dropping with Jeff Rimmer, that is coming up at 5:30. But where was I going with you before I?
We were doing the
show.
Good versus great.
The good versus great. What I was going to say, because you were playing the linebacker position in a time where position might be evolving and changing.
Sure.
Like even as we sit here today with how offensive football is sort of going into new places, you had a hell of a lot of tackles, though.
I did.
Hell of a lot. Did you hit the 400 tackle mark?
No, I was think 3 tackles shy of 300 for the career.
Okay.
The championship year, I had 124, and that led the team. And then
that's a lot of tackles in today's college football.
We were racking them up. Not this again. I said it yesterday. I couldn't play with these guys that are on the field right now. They don't touch close to 124. And then my senior year, I think Raekwon McMillan.
That's a name. That's the one name that was going through my head
led
right
in tackles,
now.
and I was right behind him. We had a little competition that year. He's phenomenal human. He was a phenomenal player, like mature, ready to go from day one.
What do you think his career tackles looked like?
That's a really good question.
No, you got him.
Yeah, he was 3 and out.
275.
Yeah.
And so he really packed. He had a good amount of tackles in 2014.
Well,
he had 54 combined tackles.
It was him and Curtis Grant. They were splitting reps almost 50-50 that year. That was the year we won the title. That was Raekwon's freshman year. So they were right down the middle. And then after that, he was on a rocket ship.
But that's one of my memories about you is just the amount of tackles that you racked up. You felt almost more like a throwback kind of linebacker.
Listen, man.
In the mid 2010s or
Linebackers got to be around the ball. If you're not around the ball and you're a linebacker, like you pause at the end of the play and you don't see the linebackers in frame, you got a bad football team.
Oh, somebody tweeted out that photo.
Yeah.
Was that Joey Lane?
It was Joey
in his
Lane.
podcast,
Yeah,
Drive the Lane?
Our guys over there.
What? Was he listening to the show yesterday?
Who knows?
He had to have
I think
been.
he lives in Chicago. You think he was streaming it?
He had to have been.
He might have been.
How else would anyone have thought of that exact photo? If you guys missed it from yesterday's show, first of all, podcast.
Yes.
Second of all,
sure.
I had this memory of a body by Marotti photo slide of this guy, Joshua Perry, when he started at Ohio State to about midway through his run here. And it was just like he didn't even look bad to begin with, but it was like he turned into Captain America
Me and you
in
will
2
argue
years'
about
time.
that. We'll argue about what the first one looked like, but Mickey Marotti had me eating and lifting weights 24/7. That's it. Nothing else.
Was it a fun diet, or did you get to eat some decent stuff while doing it? Have a little cheat?
Wasn't a lot of restrictions because I was a guy who needed high caloric intake. Now, you eat sloppy and you tend to get sloppy. So
True.
It was mostly dialed in, but Raising Cane's was still on the menu. City Barbecue, still on the menu.
I mean, you can get your proteins that way.
Right.
I mean, Raising Cane's, that's pretty deep fried and breaded stuff.
The hack nowadays is I get the naked chicken tenders from Cane's.
That's still good, though? Does that scratch the itch?
You get dipping in the sauce and it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, naked
tender. Need that breading.
I don't know about that.
Yes, you do.
Not necessarily the Cane's tender do I need the breading now. The breading makes the chicken if we're going with like a bone-in fried deal. But on the tender, I could do the naked tender as long as the sauce is hitting.
Joshua, you were right about something. The weekday night out, it's a lovely little thing.
It is.
It really is. I feel good sitting here on a Wednesday that have already, done some things. Had a rough start to the week. We had car issues on Monday morning and on Tuesday morning.
Bad deal.
Yesterday. So yesterday was a really long and busy day for me, but I didn't want to, just because we're having car trouble, scratch off something that we were looking forward to. Right. So you let it ride. And so we're a bit exhausted today, but doing the show, going out to see a little play, a little musical at the Ohio Theater on a Tuesday night
How'd
for
it
that.
go?
It was fantastic.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, just on the side of Back to the Future, just alone there. Wonderful. I highly recommend it. I said yesterday I hadn't really looked up anything about what bits and pieces were taken from the movie, what was original. I like to go in as blind as I can.
Sure.
If I don't know anything about the production. I didn't even want to look up who the actors were on Broadway.
Yeah.
So I just went in. It was just lovely.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's rare when you can have something like Back to the Future that can ascend to that kind of level in pop culture. And it's like, we've seen this story before. We've seen this movie before. But the audience is almost like kids.
Right.
When George lays out Biff, you're cheering for it. You're so happy when Marty is saved because George finally kisses Lorraine and he gets up and starts playing the guitar. Bram, 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 bram. Everyone's like, yeah, it's so great.
So
it was a good time.
It's interesting you say it's like being a kid because I am a person who rewatches movies that I watched when I was younger all the time. Because I really appreciate the nostalgia in the way that I feel when I'm watching it. So being able to see Back to the Future in that medium, in that format, I bet you felt like young Timmy Hall in there just enjoying yourself.
Man, we're in that group right now. And I'm a little bit older than you, but you're into your 30s now.
Yes.
And I think when you're in like you're 30 to 50, I think we're right in that window where nostalgia is just it's woo.
Let's just go back.
It just sends a shiver down your spine.
Let's go back.
It's just so good.
Yeah, it is.
Whether it's the clothes we wore.
That's right. Which
the
are all
music
coming
we
back
listened
around,
to.
by the way.
They do. They come back around.
The kids are all wearing the stuff that we wore.
Yeah.
And I think, by the way, we used to rock it better. They don't even know. They don't have enough of the spirit to rock it the way that we used to. That's neither here nor there.
No, but the show was fantastic. I got to get you tickets.
Yeah.
We got to work that out.
Make it
My
happen.
my guy Jim at Kappa is checking this out.
Hi, Jim.
Joshua Perry. I mean, a great athlete in this town. I'm saying it. Not a good athlete, a great athlete in this town. And he's a well-rounded modern man.
That's right.
He loves the theater. He would love to go to the theater.
Renaissance man.
Him and the missus would love to go down there and get away from the kids for just one night.
Just an evening.
And then again, the weeknight, it was just great.
The weeknight has been
the weeknight out.
Something that I've incorporated with my wife during the football season because my time is very thin. We were dedicated to Tuesday nights on the town. And the great part about it is it's not crowded. You never feel rushed. Parking's not an issue.
No.
The restaurant's not too loud and you don't have a bunch of riffraff. You can just breathe.
Hate the riffraff.
Me too. You can breathe a little bit. And it's nice to be out on a weeknight.
I'm telling you, we didn't see any people, any traffic down there until we were on top of the Ohio Theater.
That's the way it should be.
We parked only a couple of blocks. We were on Front Street, went right up the hill on State Street there, and we had like street spots.
Listen.
With the Park Mobile things, there was not a single car parked in any of the street spots where we were in. $3, $3.50.
Yeah.
I'm paying it because I don't want to get hit with the parking fine.
$45.
They'll get you. They'll get you.
I'll tell you this, man. Friday night, Saturday night, that's a young man's game. I'm not playing anymore.
And it's better to get the stuff done during the weekday.
It is.
Then you can have your Saturday and Sunday to relax because people are afraid of, I'm going to be too exhausted the next day at work.
Right.
You're going to expend the same amount of energy on a weekend.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And
so
then
you can hold that over for relaxing and doing something else.
The weekend is the best time to enjoy the home, by the way. Like you pay mortgage, you should enjoy the mortgage.
Absolutely.
Do it on the weekend when you're just home.
I completely agree, man. It's the time to recoup and get ready for the work week ahead. All right, we need to quantify a couple of greats. Call these guys greats.
They're greats.
Incredible Ohio State football players, and we're going to do it next. Joshua Perry, he's great too. He's in. It's Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got some slowdown due to an accident if you're on East Central Avenue at Sandusky Street. And keep an eye out for a disabled vehicle that's on the left shoulder of eastbound 270 on that north outer belt at 71. We've got people on scene assisting, so causing some delay there. This report is sponsored by AAA Tire and Auto Service. Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save up to $30 on auto repair with their AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through January 31st. See store for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions. And yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Have a good day. Stay warm. So my teenage son just went to school in shorts and a hoodie. It's 3 degrees. At least I know he'll be warm in our house, thanks to Atlas Butler. If something goes wrong, they'll fix it within 24 hours. They call it their comfort pledge. Ah, you do want the coat.
My phone.
Oh, your phone. Should have known.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
Holiday shopping is fun, but those credit card balances aren't merry. Transfer them to a new Kemba Visa and enjoy 0% APR for 18 months on balances transferred in the first 90 days. Apply at Kemba.org and put more of your money toward debt, not interest. Offer ends March 31st, 2026. Restrictions apply. Variable rate product. Equal opportunity lender.
What does it mean to give 100%? It means giving everything you've got, every single day. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. So no matter what you give, we give 100% for life-saving research victories, 100% to making new discoveries that lead to innovative treatments, 100% to groundbreaking cancer research that could one day save someone you love. We know cancer research is working. Over the last 30 years, an estimated 4.5 million lives have been saved thanks to game-changing research breakthroughs. But there is more work to do. That's why the V Foundation gives 100% of every dollar donated directly to cancer research. We will always give 100% to accelerate victory over cancer.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Donate today at v.org.
Day one, the hardest day. The day you hear,
This is a type of blood cancer.
at the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day one. To learn more and get help on any day, visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect skies to be mostly cloudy today, but still mild with above average temperatures in the upper 40s. And then for tonight, partly cloudy overnight with lows around freezing. For Thursday, a dry day ahead with mostly cloudy skies and warmer with highs in the mid to upper 50s. Rain develops late Thursday night, overnight into Friday with gusty winds and lows in the 50s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
The Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook sponsor of Common Man and Timmy. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Oh, hi. Hi. We interrupt office ping pong to bring you an immature radio show. This is Common Man and Timmy.
Allow me to tell you about my friends at Tri-State Men's Health. Men, New Year's here. And with the new year comes the chance to make some real positive changes in your life. But if you're struggling from ED, the dreaded two-letter acronym, erectile dysfunction, Joshua, we know we can't be dealing with that.
No, sir.
We can't ever have that. That's why we've got our friends at Tri-State Men's Health right here in town. And the good thing about them is they will take your situation. They will tailor the treatment to your specific needs. They've got treatments when the pills or herbals fail. They've got treatments with success rates over 90%. And some of their treatments can have you last an hour or more. Dear God. So give them a call, 800-900-9654. Go to tristatemenshealth.com as well. You'll see they got two lovely locations right here in Central Ohio. Easy to get to. They got one up by your place. They got one by me in Hilliard. They're all over the place. They're great. You get the $99 first visit. If medically advised, you get the test dose in the office. If that doesn't work in the office, then your visit is free. So no problemo. And you could be doing it the day after your appointment. TriStateMen'sHealth.com. Joshua Perry, he is in for the Common Man. I'll be your good, clean boy today. We say goodbye to Carnell Tate and Caleb Downs. When you think about great players in Ohio State football history. Maybe with Carnell, you're going to first think of who he played with.
Right.
Which is the same way for a lot of wide receivers like him in recent memory. But I think it's important to understand what a dynamic weapon he was. And I think Caleb Downs is self-explanatory with what everybody thinks and feels about him. And I can think of almost everyone that's picking in the top 10 in the NFL draft seems to want that guy on the back end of their defense right now.
It's really insane. I'll start with Carnell. Just first off, a phenomenal career for him. And to think about what he has had to overcome in his personal life as well, to be able to make it to game day and to make it to class and all the different things.
Referring to his mother.
Yes.
Passing.
Yeah. You know, like that to me is the character right there. It's a football character, but there's a personal character that he possesses. But it is insane to consider that he's going to be a first-round pick, and he was never the best wide receiver on any of the teams that he was on here, right? Like, it's just how talented these guys are, but there are going to be folks clamoring for him. You look at some of the mock drafts, people think that he's a top 5 pick, which is crazy to consider, but that's just where he's at. And then for Caleb, I started thinking back about this last year watching him, but you've got the Mike Dosses of the world. You know, I played with Von Bell, who I thought was a phenomenal ball player. Like, how many guys in recent history would you put in front of Caleb Downs in terms of the way he played safety at Ohio State? Not a lot of guys.
Doss would be the one.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I love Von Bell, I think Von's a fantastic player.
Sure, I would take Caleb.
I'd put him third in that cluster right there. And that's not a
No, it's not a knock. It's just a reality of what it is.
Doss was incredible.
He was.
He was, you talk about a national champ.
Yep.
And that defense in 2002, they would have something to say. I mean, we talk a lot about this defense. They won the national championship. It's a team thing, too. It's offense, defense, but they did it, so they go down in history. And that's the thing that's disappointing for this exact team, but not switching the subject, is we've asked that question, like, what are we going to take from it? How do we remember?
Sure.
Caleb Downs and Carnell Tate, they get to be remembered because they were part of the previous year's team and they won a national championship as well. But as far as the great defenses go, it's tough to have this one that we just saw that put up these historic numbers and put them next to even your 2014 team that numbers-wise wasn't as good.
It wasn't
but
the same.
You still made timely plays and big-time plays. So, you know, these two guys, in their own way, they wrote pages in the Ohio State football history book.
For sure.
And that's a really cool thing. And as you said, it's just hard to wrap your mind around Carnell Tate.
Yeah.
Never being able to say he was the best receiver at Ohio State, but on a given team, but it's true.
Right. And I will say, just for that fact, though, the idea that there was a Carnell Tate, and Emeka was like this before Carnell really emerged, but the steady hand that you can go to when your number one option is getting bracketed and teams are actively trying to take that guy away. Well, Carnell Tate made about 1 million plays. When he had the attention on him, he was still routing guys up, catching just about everything that was thrown his way. Those are all the things that you're supposed to do when you're a great player. It's why he was, and that's why he's going to be a great player on the next level too.
Joshua, what was your take on Quincy Porter also hopping into the portal? Portal. That's why I was screwing that up right there. But there's another depth piece, potentially a future star. I don't think he was going to get a lot of run next season. And I think this points to a big-time recruit coming in, and there's room right there to start as a true freshman. But that's 2 5-star receivers now.
So I think there are multiple things that are happening in terms of the wide receiver specifically. Is number one, they had a relationship with Brian Hartline. Now he's out the door. And so if there is a time to say that you want to dip your toe into the portal, this would be the time. Number two thing, and you can't discredit this for anybody, is you look in the portal to figure out if you're going to get a bag or not. I think guys are doing that. I think there's some bag chasing that's happening.
And they might want to pull it back. Bryson Rodgers did this last year.
I mean, guys do it.
Go in, come back out.
I'm going to put it like this. If you are coming at the end of a contract at work and you try to negotiate with your boss and you don't have an offer, a competing offer from elsewhere, how are you supposed to maximize how much money you make?
Yeah.
And so I think there's a little bag chase that goes on with some of these guys. And then the third thing would be, just want to play right now. I don't want to ask questions. I don't want to necessarily go through the offseason competition. I just want to step into somewhere where I'm wide receiver one, I get to be the guy and I can shine tomorrow.
And some of these guys are the level of recruit where you can go to a pretty good program.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be Ohio State level. I think you understand there's a class system. We all get it.
Sure.
There's a tier system. It's Ohio State. It's Georgia. It's all these guys up at the top. And then you take a little click down, like what Kyle McCord did.
Yep.
He took a little click down to Syracuse.
Yep.
That's clearly a notch or two down.
Best passing season the ACC ever saw.
Right. And, he was able to put up numbers. I think when you look at the landing spot for Lincoln Keenholz that we've spoken about, that's a spot. That's a good program.
Makes a ton of sense.
Head coach that knows what he's doing.
Quarterback guy.
Dealing with quarterbacks with Brom. So you're looking at places like that. You're not going to go to, the FCS or something like that for these guys.
I think if we saw these guys leaving and they ended up at a Georgia or an Oregon, in Indiana, which is now becoming an emerging power, if they go to a place like LSU, I think that's when you're like, okay, hold the phone. What were we not doing right here that they felt like they needed to go to another blue blood or marquee current program?
So there's a guy that we can mention that James Peoples just went to Penn State.
Now, that running back
went to Penn State
was a little bit thick here. So I can understand that. If you're the third guy in the pecking order, right? If we think it's Bo and then we think it's West, you're like, I can get that. You're still talented enough to, by the way, Penn State to me is the tick below. But that's the part that nobody really wants to address.
Yeah, I mean, but they're definitely
their branding isn't.
Hold up, but they're definitely
performance
way
is
above a Syracuse.
It's not.
I'm
Syracuse.
with you. Like we could make a bunch of different tiers, and you're right.
Ohio
Penn State is
is
not up at Ohio State's level,
right? And that's I guess what I'm getting at.
1A, they are definitely at least 1B.
But that's one of those situations to me where it's just like, I'm looking, and I don't want to be the third in line to get the pill in the run game, knowing that we're going to throw the damn ball around the yard, too. Like, I just can't stick around for that.
You could be right, but it's more of a, put it this way, I feel less best of luck,
Right.
After that kind of move. You know what I mean? I'm never going to wish ill on somebody.
I get what you're getting
but
at.
I don't feel the need to be like, oh, man, I hope you just crush it over there. It's just, okay, you made your move. You're going on with your career. You're going in conference to a rival. Like when Jim Knowles left here and went to Penn State, I wasn't, thanks for what you did. Knock it out of the park there. It was circle the date. And then James Peoples doing it is not the same as Jim Knowles doing it.
Everybody won that exchange, by the way. Jim Knowles got his little $3 million. Best of luck at Tennessee. And Ohio State got Matt Patricia.
Matt Patricia.
I think everybody won on that one.
Yeah, no, you're right. But it was still rubbed us the wrong way.
It was rubbing.
When it happened. Rubbing is racing. That's right. Joshua Perry is in for Common Man. Nicole Sheeran, she's tracking the start of the Buckeye football offseason, but she took a bad beat over the weekend. What was that? It's leather jacket time in 2 minutes. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at some slowdown due to that construction on westbound 70 on the west side near Hilliard Rome Road. And we've got a disabled vehicle that's causing some holdup on eastbound 270 on the north outer belt at 71. This report is sponsored by AAA Tire and Auto Service. Come into your local AAA Tire and Auto Service and save up to $30 on auto repair with their AAA Triple Play. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer valid through January 31st. See store for details. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious, with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best.
This weekend, the Ohio RV and Boat Show, brought to you in part by Ohio Credit Union, is back and bigger than ever at the Ohio Expo Center. Whether it's your first adventure or you're a seasoned outdoor enthusiast, this show has it all. One ticket gets you into all three buildings so you can see the latest in RVs, boats, motorcycles, ATVs, golf carts, and more. From towables to drivers, boaters, jet skis to pontoons, and more. It's all here. The Ohio RV and Boat Show at the Ohio Expo Center, January 9th through 18th. Get details and tickets at OhioRVandBoatShow.com.
Got this. Breathe. Breathe. You got this. You got this.
In the moments that truly matter, what do? Rise to the occasion. Ohio Health. It's time.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
What up, bitches? It's leather jacket time with 10 TV's Nicole Sheeran.
Nicole, it's so good to see you. Our gal from 10 TV in the studio with us. We got Joshua Perry in for Common Man. You had some bad news this weekend.
You really have to remind me, don't you? Oh, that news.
No.
That news. Different kind of news, Tim, than what I was thinking about.
What news were you talking about?
Oh, I was just talking about how the Buckeyes and then my Georgia Dogs both lost. That was some pretty terrible 2 days.
That was way in the past. No,
I know.
I'm talking about Emeka Ibuka getting married.
I know. It's the end of an era.
It's over for you.
I know. Have you filled our friend in on that?
I did.
Briefly.
I did.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So these guys think that Emeka is like this love interest that I've had. No, to set the story straight. No. I think he's a very nice guy. He was one of the first Buckeyes I ever interviewed when I got here.
It's not how you make it sound.
Okay. No. But he is engaged, which is very exciting. And I texted Mike and Tim when I saw it on Instagram, and I said, wow, guys, end of an era. No more joking about that.
Oh, no, the jokes live on.
No, they got to stop, right?
Those guys will not stop. It's unfortunate.
I mean, if Emeka would have to become
Emeka.
He would have to become so Emeka Ibuka. He'd have to
Emeka Ibuka.
Ibuka.
He'd have to get to such a level of fame to where we're analyzing his relationship. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, that's like 50 stratospheres away.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what the young gal's name is. I don't know if she was an Ohio State student.
So you're talking about Emeka's girlie?
Yeah. I mean,
actually,
best of luck to them.
Couple,
well wishes.
No, power couple. She plays soccer at Notre Dame.
Oh, okay.
She's a baller. I also don't know her name.
That's a power couple?
Yeah.
A soccer player at Notre Dame?
She's really
a great athlete and she's smart. Run
the tape, Tim. She's good.
I'm just saying, what's our standard on a power couple?
It's better than any couple I'll be in. Telling you right now.
Well, don't sell yourself
TV,
short.
Okay, you do TV.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But athletic power couple at least. And the best part, last year when Ohio State played Notre Dame, she went to the game and she wore Ohio State gear, not Notre Dame stuff.
She better have.
I know, that's true.
Ooh.
It wasn't a soccer game.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, but she goes there.
Don't give a damn. That's your man.
Yeah, I get
That's your man. It's true.
That's tough.
Yeah. But
that's a tough
she's a
one.
keeper because of that. So good work, Mech.
I don't know what the ruling on that would be.
The ruling is if Emeka played soccer, I think she would have to rep Notre Dame. But it's not even in her sport wheelhouse. She's there to support her man.
No, I mean,
she did the right thing.
Whatever decision you ultimately make there, you live with it. Like you had Clark Kellogg. This is another one. I heard Clark was on the basketball broadcast the other day, so I'm thinking about him. He's such a sweet guy, too. I love him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
There was that game where Ohio came to the shot, and this was 10 years ago because his son Nick, who's on the staff, been a part of the program.
Right.
He's a good guy, too. He was on the team, and Clark Kellogg, one of the most famous Buckeye basketball players, but as he should, he's repping his son's gear.
Got to.
Yeah,
Take
you
a
have
shot
to. You have
wearing
to.
Ohio green.
That's your kid.
No problem with that whatsoever.
All right, so Herb
so
Street,
I guess it's along the same
when
lines
Herb
there. I
Street
can allow.
goes to the big house, does he put on the Michigan shirt because his son's on the roster?
You have to. I'm sorry, but
There's other stuff with Herbie on this show, though.
Yeah, I know. The guy who's got the stuff ain't here because he filled me in on all of it.
That bled over to me too.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. All right. Well, let me ask you this, Nicole. 'Cause on New Year's Eve, we were chatting each other up.
Yeah.
And we were so optimistic
Yes, we
about
were.
what was getting ready to happen in the college football playoff. You're like, Ohio State going to get the win. My team is Georgia. I'm like, I think Georgia's going to beat Ole Miss again. You had New Year's Eve that became miserable. Yes. And then your New Year's Day ended miserably as well. So just take me through the range of emotions on what happened.
Depression at its finest. I mean, I literally called my dad and said, if this is how 2026 is going to go, welcome to the worst year ever.
Can I go back to 2025, please?
Correct.
Yeah.
Because, yes, I mean, I remember that conversation we had. I felt very confident Ohio State was going to beat Miami. And we get into the game. Obviously, we had the whole storylines. And we were correct in all the storylines, talking about the game. It's exactly what happened. I mean, that Miami team's for real. And they came out playing for real. So props to them. I'm not dissing their talent or anything. So then the Buckeyes lose that game. I'm like, all right, but I still got my dogs, man. They're gonna really kick it into gear. No, they didn't. But you know what? The one thing from that I kind of took from those 2 days was, well, at least if I couldn't have my Georgia, Ohio State Fiesta Bowl, neither of them are playing in it. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of would have been crappy if
I don't know.
I was in a low point in my life.
You're better than I am because you took some liberties to come to that conclusion.
No, the amount of people I texted where I said, I'm depressed. This is terrible. I'm giving up on college football. What was that call on 4th and whatever from Kirby Smart?
See, that was, I'm glad you brought that up because it's not just Ohio State losing, the team you cover. And then for everything that's shambless, and what a great college football story.
Balled
and you can
out.
get to that. Georgia still seemed to have it in the tank.
Yes.
And then they get to a spot and they have that call to make and...
Ooh, that's called sometimes choke time, Coach.
Bad news.
Bad.
And it comes back to bite him. And you even were favored the worst missed face mask I've ever seen.
Okay, but
in a big college football game.
The call, whatever before, it wasn't a targeting. So that I don't have a problem with that.
No. That missed face mask superseded that target.
The targeting was a targeting.
It was a target.
I don't think that was a targeting.
By the letter of the law, is forcible contact to the head or neck area. It doesn't matter if it's helmet to helmet.
Targeting, we could get into this another time.
But you're arguing what you think it should be versus what it is.
Okay, and I'm putting my Georgia loyalty aside. Yes, that face mask was awful.
Face mask to face mask. It's black and white.
Terrible.
It either is or it isn't. Is if his face wrenched around.
No, it was pretty terrible.
The man's actually looking out of an ear hole still today.
Yeah. No, it was
his
bad.
neck is turned sideways. He didn't recover.
But there were some other calls in that game that I think that evens out. That, to me, was not like the make or break of the game. To me, the make or break of the game was that Kirby Smart call on 4th and, what was it, 7? I don't remember what it was.
Kirby overcoached the game.
He did. And don't get me wrong, Kirby is one of the greatest college football coaches, and I'm not putting that game to define his college or coaching career. But that was the moment, and he choked.
It was a dumb play.
It was. And in the postgame presser, somebody asked him, because I'm a crazy Georgia person where I listen to every postgame presser. It was a very short one for Kirby. Very short. I was like, nobody has any other questions.
They're different when it's the championship setting. It's not like the same
there were like
way
4
that
questions.
It's run with all the local media getting their shots at him.
I don't know. It was very odd. I was like, that's it. But somebody asked about it, and he said, well, yeah, we weren't really supposed to snap the ball on that play.
It didn't look like they were.
Then what are we doing?
Well,
it's not that hard to not snap the
They
ball.
weren't blocking
It
as if it was
reminded
supposed to
me.
be snapped.
Can I bring up one thing, though?
Yeah, go
that
ahead.
Quarterback, Gunnar Stockton and Chambliss, I mean, that was pure cinema watching those two guys.
The Gunner, the hit that he took.
I thought he was decapitated.
I never seen anything like that.
Did you see where he lined up over the guard to take a snap?
Which is concerning.
Yeah,
So
that
good.
man was absolutely concussed.
So,
He 100% was.
Not good, but
no, I get what you're saying.
I can't remember where we last saw that, and I think it was nerves, not an injury issue. Something's going through my mind right here, and I can't place it where the last quarterback to accidentally lined up under a guard. I think it's been done in a movie or a football movie or a TV show as well.
I think
might have been the replacement.
Was it Frazier? Who was it? He was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, get over it.
It was a running
happening?
back. Now, imagine, by the way, if you're the guard and all of a sudden the quarterback is up under your undercarriage and you weren't expecting that. Be a hell of a surprise during a game.
Something.
It's a little bit of a, whoa, how you doing there?
I will say, though, not to be this person where it's like, it's okay, though, but I will say, after stewing on both of those games and being pretty depressed about it, I am thankful that I got to experience 2 national titles with Georgia. And I had to go back to that of like, you know what, Nicole?
Please.
You can't win every year. It's time for somebody else to do it. And that's okay.
I feel like that kind of coping is what allows dynasties to fall.
And you're thinking I'm crazy saying this, but there have been a lot of talk out there that like, is the Georgia dynasty falling before it ever even started?
It might.
It low-key might, because last year wasn't great either. And I'm kind of nervous.
I mean,
just saying.
I mean, it's not the same anymore. They just don't have all the guys. The guys aren't just camping out.
They don't have the defense.
You know?
Nicole Sheeran from 10 TV.
Now I'm fired up.
What do we got coming up tonight? What are you going to be doing?
Well, we're talking a lot about Caleb Downs declaring for the draft. We've got IGB declared.
Carnell.
Some other guy, Carnell.
Yeah, some other guy, yeah.
Some other guys. We're expecting other guys to declare.
I'm just messing.
I'm messing. Okay, Tim. I lost my train of thought. Thanks a lot. Oh, the women are playing tonight against Illinois. We've got, what else we got cooking? Tomorrow, the men are playing at Oregon. It's hoop season now, baby. Let's go. Full steam ahead. Except that was a tough one on a Monday.
I'm a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
About?
This hoop season.
Yeah, I am too.
Really nervous.
It's not great.
Let's see what this January brings us. And hopefully it's not the end of us.
That would.
When it's done.
No.
Nicole.
Yes. Why am I the only one wearing sunglasses again?
I can't see. That's why.
I also love your jacket, by the way.
Thank you very much.
I went. It's way better than Tim's.
With the suede, which is the other side of the leather.
I love it.
Of the cowhide.
Suede is perfect.
Yeah.
I love it.
Suede meets the requirements.
I didn't get the brown jacket memo.
You know what? This is actually very good, though, because these colors complement.
That's
right?
true.
So this actually works very well.
Nicole, for those that can't see, that aren't watching on YouTube right now, has a navy blue.
Yes.
It's like a leather blazer is what we got here.
You haven't seen this one before?
Yeah, I probably have.
You probably.
You have so many. And
I had to get more when we started the segment.
Wow. I've liked the leather.
Did somebody around here pay for you to get more?
Absolutely not.
We should have a conversation with somebody about that.
We should.
I think we should.
Yeah, there needs to be a LJT. Wait, no. Leather, LJT
leather jacket
budget.
time?
Yeah, LJT budget.
I agree.
All right.
I'd say LGT.
LJ.
LGT.
Leather jacket time.
Leather jacket.
I was going to say LJT could be like a cool kid's way of like shortening the word legit.
Ooh.
Like if we're going to say legit.
Okay, Timmy with the slang
would you say
again.
That's LJT?
That's so LJT, man.
And double entendre for leather jacket time as well.
I like that.
All right, Nicole Sheeran, thanks a lot for stopping by.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll see you next week. Coming up here, my guy, Chris Collinsworth. He's freaking out today. Tell you why next. It's Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
Traffic is a little slow on eastbound 70 on the east side from Livingston Avenue to US 33. We also have slower traffic on northbound 71 on the south side between Greenlawn Avenue and 315. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority, your local expert. Is water seeping into your basement? Are your basement walls cracking? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the basement waterproofing experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment?
That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-691-9999. That's 800-691-9999.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My furnace stopped working. Your competition said it's fried. When I saw their cost to replace it, I could have just died.
We can give a second opinion, give you options and advice. We'll strive to earn your trust and make you a client for life. Get a free second opinion. Replace or repair. Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
It's the biggest sale of the year, the Right Rug Flooring Clearance Sale. Save on thousands of in-stock styles, including carpet starting at 35 cents a square foot. Luxury vinyl starts at 43 cents a square foot. Hardwood and laminate start at 99 cents. Prices are material only. Unbelievable deals on beautiful quality floors. Next day installation and 24-month special financing available with approved credit. Hurry, the Right Rug Flooring Clearance Sale ends January 25th. Right here, right now.
Love football, love wings. Put those bad boys together and you get Austin and Vern live at Roosters.
Presented by Bryant Heating and Cooling.
Large amounts of football and all the donkey sauce you can handle. Mondays on the Fans YouTube channel.
Start the year moving, not hurting. If joint pain is holding you back, listen up. Hi, I'm Tybus Powell with QC Kinetics. There's a way to get real relief without surgery, without downtime, and without putting your life on pause. Dr. Tesner and the other medical pros at QC Kinetics here in Columbus deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas that are causing you pain. Those achy knees, hips, shoulders, back. Instead of facing an invasive operation that sidelines you for months, these treatments happen right in the office and you go about your day. Simple procedure that can deliver big life-changing results. Skip the pain, skip the invasive surgery. Imagine this instead. You're moving better, stronger, planning the year you actually want. Game-changer regenerative treatment from QC Kinetics. January is supposed to be your clean slate, so make it one. Call now for your free consultation. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Once there was a man who couldn't stand.
A mom who couldn't wait.
A scientific community that said it couldn't be done.
And then you.
And then I.
And then we brought neuromuscular disease into screaming color with the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
For 75 years, our voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
We've willed the impossible into existence.
We've pushed the science,
raised the funds,
shifted the narrative,
and transformed the reality of life with neuromuscular diseases.
For 75 years, we've built communities together,
established the field of neuromuscular medicine,
and made it thrive.
Call that a legacy.
Call it impact.
Call it momentum.
Just call it ours.
Because it's the generations of community heroes that give MDA the strength we have today.
And until neuromuscular disease is a thing of the past, you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Their favorite basketball players are Leaky Black and Grady Dick.
That is childish nonsense.
You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
No man today, Joshua Perry, our Buckeye friend, the linebacker, NBC Sports, college football analyst, getting ready for a couple of big days, right? I mean, we got the college football playoff coming back.
Yeah.
Thursday and Friday. Because
excited.
Why wouldn't we play on any day other than Thursday and Friday for a sport that knows Saturdays as well as any day of the week?
The NFL has boxed college football out.
This is so screwed up, this championship season with the days of the week and the calendars. And my thing, Joshua, too, like for both college football and college basketball, I would just love to see the national championship get off of Monday.
Yeah, Monday's rough. Because first off, who the hell really feels their best after working on a Monday? Okay, that's the worst that you feel all week is after working on a Monday. And then you got to stay up late, watch a late-ass game. I mean, and I'm watching it, right? I'm going to watch it.
Of course we're going to watch it, yeah.
You shouldn't force me to have to do that on a Monday night.
No, and I think the easiest thing to do is, for college basketball, that's the one that's trickier because you've got the Final Four weekend that's right there. So do you turn that into a Friday, Sunday thing? That's probably my best idea.
Sure.
Because I don't see as big of a problem. I can see myself still getting amped up for some Friday night championship level basketball.
No doubt.
And that's okay. And again, it's leading to the bigger event. There's something about having that feel like you get for Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the winner, right? We know what the biggest game is, and every single time we have a Super Bowl, part of that is because it's the NFL, and the NFL just wins.
Right.
But it is always the highest rated TV broadcast of all time.
But
every time we have one.
We got to do something about that Monday, though.
Go to Sunday then.
No, I'm saying
college football.
After
we
the
could
Super
go to
Bowl. The Super Bowl Sunday on its own is great.
Oh, you're talking about
the Monday
declare
after
the holiday.
We have to do something.
Yeah. That's been brought up for a long time, and I'm good with that. I'm on board for that.
Yeah.
We don't need to be doing. I mean, look, us guys in the media, it's going to make no difference.
We're going to do
make
what we do.
It doesn't make any sense for us, but we care about all of you.
Yeah.
We want all of you to have the day off and to just sit back and relax and listen to us break down the Super Bowl.
I bet you the spirits and beer and wine companies would love if that Monday was declared a holiday.
Yes.
Their sales would skyrocket.
They would skyrocket because you could just let her fly on Sunday
nice and
afternoon.
lathered up.
No, yeah, but for college basketball, I think a Sunday would be in order. I think a college football national championship on a Saturday would be fun. Then you get the extra day on Sunday.
The people
to
are
kind of
saying,
recover from that.
Move the whole season up and do the national championship on New Year's Day at the Rose Bowl. That's what some of the suggestions have been. And I think the Rose Bowl feels like college football. And I think New Year's feels like college football. So I would be on board with that.
Yeah, I could also see, giving the Pop-Tarts some love and making that the mainstay national championship game. Just keep that thing going.
I'm a big fan of the Pop-Tarts.
Just
but
have that big giant toaster be like the next big thing.
The crazy part about that we don't talk about with that bowl game is that they do a self-sacrifice of one of the Pop-Tarts mascots. Like that whole terminology to me is more morbid than I think we give it credit for. It's too playful in that setting.
What is your flavor of choice?
Wild berry.
If you were going to pick which one had to go into that toaster. That was a quick answer from you.
There's not really much discussion. I love a Pop-Tart.
So we got to talk about this. Your guys at Peacock and NBC Sports are doing something. They're floating the idea of having this mode where you can mute the broadcasters. And the reaction to this on social media, I mean, a lot of people have been throwing, their broadcasters that they don't love a ton under the bus. My guy, Chris Collinsworth. Dude is one of my favorites, and they're all excited about the opportunity to mute Chris Collinsworth. But talking about your ability, like on your app, on your streaming app, to manipulate the mix, the audio mix, where you can raise the crowd noise.
Right.
You can lower. So I'm assuming like you can manage the levels on that.
So
raise it up, soften it, or just completely eliminate the broadcasters altogether and go mute.
Yeah, from what I understand is that you would have the opportunity to like turn the broadcasters all the way off, and you could just listen to the natural sound of the game, the pads clacking, the cheers coming from the crowd. You could turn one up and one down, but still have them both on just to your mixed preference. One of the things that we hear from Ohio State fans all the time in their quest to eliminate Big Noon is that they feel like the crowd noise is too muted and you hear too much of Gus and Joel. And so in this setup, you could turn that crowd noise up to whatever your preference is.
I agree. There was a broadcast I was just listening to that the crowd noise was too hot.
Yeah.
And I couldn't hear the broadcasters.
It becomes a little difficult. So here's my take on it, just on the way my mind saw this. I feel like there's a world where companies start doing this and they track the metrics of how many people who are streaming the game turn the broadcasters' voices down. And when you go back to the table to negotiate, they're like, well, actually, on 31% of the games that you did, people turned your voice off. So we're just not going to pay you as much. They don't want to hear you anyway. That's where I think this gets to. This technology sounds great for fans, but there's always an ulterior motive.
Yeah,
these companies are here to make money.
You hit on something, because when we live in a world, the way that we're rated in radio is a lot different than how exact things can be for TV streaming now. And with all the streaming options, you're getting bigger, fatter numbers now.
Right.
The numbers that they're telling us when we, talk about them on the show, X millions of people watch this game, X millions of people watch that game. They're better numbers now because they can track more. And when it comes to streaming, it's exact to the click of a button.
Yes.
So even if you have a feature like that, I love how we're calling this like broadcast enhancements is what they could be. They'll be able to see exactly. But you probably can't turn one down without the other.
No.
So it's not like you can say, oh, I like Mike Tirico a lot, but I don't like listening to Collinsworth. I'm going to do the the Adam Sandler remote and just mute you.
It's probably the reason why people are going to keep Collinsworth up, is because Tirico is phenomenal. And I love Collinsworth too. But I'll say this. CBS would love to have this so they could show Romo, right? Like, your antics. Here is what it's doing to people. I think this is going to
shut up.
This is going to become a part of how they deal with talent, is based off of the mutes that come on the broadcast.
A real life go to jail is in order down in Cincy. Tell you why next. Joshua Perry is in for the man. Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're looking at a couple-minute delay on northbound 71 on the north side between 670 and 11th Avenue. We also have a slowdown on eastbound 270 on the north outer belt between 315 and 71. This report is sponsored by Ohio Basement Authority, your local expert. Is water seeping into your basement? Are your basement walls cracking? Contact Ohio Basement Authority, the basement waterproofing experts. Get your free inspection today. Learn more at ohiobasementauthority.com. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. One of the great annoyances in life, at least for me, is the check engine light, right? You get in your car, you see the check engine light, and you go, I got to take care of that. I don't know what it is. So you let it sit there forever. It bugs you, and eventually a bigger problem happens. Well, every day in your house, your check engine light might be on, but it's not your engine. It's your windows. Because you sit down on your couch, you feel the cold, drafty air coming in through your windows, and you go, I got to do something about these windows. But just like the check engine light, I'm afraid of how much it's going to cost, and I don't know where to go. I can't help you with your check engine light, but I can help you with your windows. Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 Windows free sale is going on now. Stop wasting money by letting the warm air in your house escape through your cold, drafty windows. You're spending more on your heating bills when you don't have to. Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 Windows free sale is the perfect time to address this problem. Plus, 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. That could be yours as well. Schedule an estimate today. WindowNation.com.
Hey, everybody. This is Jeremy Birmingham Berm from the Austin and Berm Show on 97.1 The Fan. I wanted to give you guys a little update on my Awaken 180 weight loss journey. I started this plan a little bit before the new year started, and not because I'm extra disciplined or heroic or anything like that. I just got tired of waiting for the perfect time to make a change with my own life. And now here we are, second week of January, and I'm already down more than 20 pounds. 20. While most people are still figuring out if they're actually going to start their resolution, I've got 3 weeks of progress quite literally under my belt. But here's the thing. It's not too late for you either. You could start today and still be down 20 pounds by the end of January with results like mine. That is what happens when you have a real plan. Awaken 180 gives you structure, coaching, and actual support, not just motivation that fades by week 2. So if weight loss is your goal and you haven't started yet or have already given up, there's no judgment here. Just don't wait another week, because a few weeks from now, you could be saying what I'm saying. This is already working. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Truck drivers, no matter where you want to take your career in 2026, Schneider has an opportunity for you. Our huge selection of driving jobs means you can get the home time that suits your schedule. Choose from daily, weekly, monthly, or sometime in between. Looking for more reliability on the road? Check out our new dedicated and regional van truckload opportunities. Don't miss out. Find your perfect driving job today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
The best words to hear at the TSA security checkpoint? You're good to go. All it takes is a little preparation. Get to the airport early, bring a carry-on bag that fits in the overhead, and have an acceptable ID. Not all state-issued IDs will cut it. Check out tsa.gov/ID and see which TSA acceptable IDs make the grade, like a real ID or passport.
Before you jet, do a little prep, and you're good to go. Check out tsa.gov/ID or the MyTSA app.
If your garage door repair guy literally said cha-ching when he saw your garage door, we are Deluxe Door Systems. For over 30 years, a trusted Columbus staple. Straightforward, honest, and for less than you think. DeluxeDoorSystems.com.
Getting cold feet? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Jacob Reimer. After 1 year at Alabama and 2 seasons here in Columbus, Ohio State safety Caleb Downs is officially declared for the NFL Draft. Downs was named SEC Freshman of the Year and earned SEC First Team honors at Alabama. He was a 2-time First Team Big Ten and a 2-time unanimous All-American here in Columbus. Downs is projected to be a top pick in the draft this April. Ohio State basketball Jake Diebler announced today that forward Brandon Knoll will miss an extended period of time with a foot injury that he suffered in the loss to Nebraska. The Buckeyes take on Oregon tomorrow night at 10:30. And the 19th ranked Ohio State women's basketball team is on the road tonight, taking on Illinois. Tyler Danberg has the call over on the Fan 2, starting at 6:45. Tip-off is at 7. This one's sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. BMI Federal Credit Union has been voted Best Credit Union for the past 8 years in a row by CBUS Top Picks. Visit BMIFCU.org. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
One watches QVC religiously. The other studies Paige Spiranack's golf swing. This is Man and Timmy.
No man today. He's going to be back with us tomorrow and for the rest of the week. So it's just a few for Common Man. Got to get that PTO in right as the new year starts.
Why not?
You know?
Yeah. How many days
We're
you guys
exhausted.
get around here?
I mean, we get, those of us 10-year guys, we get a good amount of PTO.
A good amount.
I'm not complaining.
Put a ballpark on it.
5-6 weeks.
Wow. You guys don't work.
Grandfathered in.
Anybody work around here?
We worked a lot to get that.
Jeez.
Some of us don't make the big bucks, so that PTO,
I mean,
that matters a lot.
Jeez.
That's a good little perk. It's solid.
I mean, a couple of years ago, I was working 6 days a week a couple of years ago.
I know. Well, we work, a lot of us do work 6 days a week for most of the year.
I mean,
throughout
geez.
football season.
Wow.
And I've been doing that for a long, long time.
Man,
but
how's
hey,
it going?
I'm just saying, we're exhausted once the year ends. It's Buckeye football. We're gung-ho about it. So sometimes you see January, and it's like, that's when the deep breath comes, right?
Sure.
When Ohio State football season ends. Little break as we get into hoop season here. So Joshua Perry is our guy today. By the way, email bag time on a nice little Wednesday. Before we talk to Rimmer at 5:30, at 5 o'clock, if you've got something for me, probably more for Joshua, but anything you need to know, you want to know something about Joshua's playing career, the time in the media already, anything at all, how our minds tick, just send it to goodcleanboy@gmail.com. Goodcleanboy@gmail.com. Our guy Reimer is doing the updates today. His sweatshirt was topic of discussion before the show.
Certainly was.
So he is a big, as you know, college basketball guy. College basketball. CBS Sports. He's wearing a UConn hoodie today. And so, Rhyme Time, my thing with the UConn hoodie, I like the hoodie.
Thank you.
It's a good hoodie.
I got a lot of compliments when Rothman and Ice came out of here.
You know what was the best? UConn's shorts.
They do have some nice throwback shorts.
And that's why you and I, we love that website. The dudes, I think they called themselves 19.9, and then they sold to Slam. And so now there's a site called Slam.
Oh, yeah.
And their whole concept basically was college basketball shorts. And they would pinpoint specific eras. And Georgetown shorts back in the day when I was a kid, they were awesome. The UConn shorts, the Khaled Elamines, or the Ray Allens, like those were cool. But it's not about the coolness of it. I don't know if this is allowable based on your allegiances. You're a staunch North Carolina fan. And that's a blue blood. UConn is another blue blood.
Yes.
If it were from some other conference that you didn't, like if you wanted to wear a Cincy Bearcats hoodie, I'd have no problem with that. But I don't know if you can do this.
I'm a fan of the style of play that Dan Hurley has. But
the style of winning,
yes,
and kicking everyone's. Yeah, I'm a fan of that too.
It's a fun brand.
Yeah,
but I do have a case for this hoodie because it's a gift. Somebody went out to the Connecticut area. They were in stores, and I was like, hey, if you want to swing me a UConn hoodie, I wouldn't be all that upset.
Oh, you asked for the gift.
Yeah,
you're asking for gifts. So it's not just a gift. Would you please get me a good son gift?
It was at my last job, and he was out there for business, and I was his assistant basically. So then as a gift, he was like, here.
This was a bro gift.
Yes.
That you asked for.
A bro gift. Here's
Joshua,
my thing on it.
I'll let you heard my case.
Okay, so
I made the ruling on
I
this.
guess I have 2 comments off of that, and I'll start with this one. Is number 1, as long as the fashion is on point, I think you wear the thing. Right?
It's got the old UConn logo and everything.
I'm not arguing.
I'm here for it.
Let's agree.
And it gets
logo awesome.
It gets me to the second thing. This is not disrespect to UConn. Are they really a blue blood?
Yeah.
History wise,
they've done enough in history.
I think they've been the best team this century.
Right,
probably.
they're the best team this century.
We talk about UCLA as a blue blood. When was the last time they were really like that? I feel like blue blood implies the longevity of the history. It's the only reason I asked the question.
It's a good question.
UConn wasn't, I think, but then when they started all this winning, and now because they've passed Duke now for national championships.
I don't think you become a blue blood. I think you're born into it.
I think you can.
Okay.
I think you do. I think blue blood, and that's the fun of these conversations, is that there's no exact, oh, you did this, you get to be a blue blood. There's debate about it, and what you said about UCLA is very valid.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can lose blue blood status because of what you always did in the past. You can't take away UCLA's past, but it's the same way
if you
as
can't take
firing
it
a coach
away,
like John Harbaugh.
Then why can you give it out? I feel like if it's something that you can't take away, I don't think you can just hand out blue blood status.
Because you're still making your history.
No doubt. I'm not arguing that.
UConn made classical history. They made sweet music basketball history.
What about Florida? Are they playing themselves into it?
They're playing themselves into it, but they're
one of the few that has a back-to-back national championship.
They are. That's very nice.
I don't know.
Very nice. But
they did have a stretch. It's not like the UConn stretch.
No.
Like they had some pretty rough years, and now the past year was when they really kind of got back into it.
And Reimer, you know about like sports apparel. I'm more lax.
Yeah, like
because I've lived in different places. I've had allegiances to different teams.
I don't understand this hate because I know I'm a Carolina fan. I'm also an Ohio State fan. Just want to get that out there. But I'm wanting to get more college basketball gear to wear just every day of the week.
No,
doesn't matter who it is.
I appreciate the love. Somebody, there was a good clean boy who played golf at Xavier, and he wanted me to rep Xavier in the crosstown shootout. And so he actually sent me a hat and a T-shirt, and I've been wearing the Xavier basketball T-shirt around the house. Fine. They're a Big 12 program too, but they just joined the Big 12.
I went to
wait a minute. Xavier? No,
Xavier's Big East.
Since he's that's bad. That's bad. Points away from me.
I'll let you go.
Since he's Big 12 now, they jumped into Kansas's conference.
I went to the Xavier UConn game last year. I wasn't wearing this hoodie. I was wearing Xavier gear down there.
Did you have the hoodie yet?
Yes, I think I did.
All right, now we got to dig into these choices a little bit more then.
Why?
I just think I couldn't, as a Kansas fan, Here was the thing. He said before the show.
I think before I got here, I was willing to get Kansas stuff.
Before the show. Oh, before you met me, huh?
Yes, because you and I have had some back and forth now where I'm leaning away from Kansas.
Isn't it fun? Isn't this fun, though? I mean, Kansas is the birthplace of your program's history. So
Here we go again, Teddy.
I can understand why you would want to get some Kansas gear. Because Dean Smith came from Kansas. Roy Williams got all his coaching experience. I will give you some props. At Kansas.
We've talked about this. The font is very pretty, and especially how they've brought it back.
Now that they went back to their real font, could you imagine Ohio State like making wholesale changes to their lettering, to like Script Ohio?
They did it to the sleeves.
The block O.
By the way.
Yeah, they did something to the sleeves. But imagine like changing your lettering around completely.
People would
especially
riot.
when you have something as iconic.
They would riot.
Like you remember Paul, like you can have that vision of Rafe LaFrance, Paul Pierce, Heinrich Collison, that they call it the circus font.
Sure.
They just got rid of it for 17 years.
Can't do it.
They just brought it back 2 years ago. Finally, it was the dumbest move I've ever seen.
That was when Adidas was doing a bunch with their brands and gear and everything.
I like Adidas, but man, if you lose Adidas and you're a Nike school, bad news.
Penn State?
Don't do that. Kansas elected to do that. That. Ohio State don't ever get off on Nike. All right, go enjoy your hoodie.
Okay, I will. It's very comfortable.
Yeah, it's a nice hoodie. I just don't know.
I'm here for it. Do what you like. Do what makes you happy.
Like we said.
Joshua, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
What did we say earlier? Herbie goes to Michigan game.
Yeah.
He's wearing a Michigan shirt.
His son plays there.
His son plays there.
Kind of have to at that point, right?
Yeah. I'll allow it for
now
Clark Kellogg,
you're
but
bringing
not
up
Herbie.
if I'm a Carolina fan and I go and get a Duke shirt. That's a completely different conversation.
I didn't bring that up.
But you're saying if Herbie's wearing a Michigan shirt.
Well, yeah, because but he has a family member that plays there. He has a son that plays there.
I would never get Duke.
If you have offspring that goes to Duke, you wouldn't do it? You didn't even go to North Carolina.
You would have to do it.
Yeah, I think I would.
Yeah.
All right.
You do it. You'd be good that way. Reimer, thank you. All right, as I said, we didn't do it there. Do it coming up here. A real life go to jail situation in order down in Cincinnati. Joshua Perry is in for the man. It's Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
We've got an accident that's causing some holdup on Cleveland Avenue between Windsor Avenue and 15th Avenue. And there's a couple-minute delay on eastbound 33 between 270 and Hamilton Road on the East Outer Belt. This report is sponsored by Coda. Riding Coda is easier than ever, now that you can pay with just a hop on Coda. And with a tap of your smartphone, smartwatch, or card, you're ready to ride. Learn more and move your way at coda.com/tap. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? And did you know there's a good chance it's just hormones? Hi, I'm Evan Bass, founder of the Columbus Men's Clinic, and I started this clinic a decade ago to take care of men. If your testosterone is low, then motivation, energy, and drive often follow too. And keeping resolutions can feel like walking through mud, and even more so as we age. ED and low T tend to get worse if untreated. And guys, are not alone. Your physician-led support team at the Columbus Men's Clinic has your back. For years, we've effectively treated ED and low T comprehensively, and with proven treatments dialed in just for you. With same-day booking, you can meet our passionate medical team, and by this afternoon, you'll leave with a plan that's designed to be sustainable for life. The number one thing we hear guys say is, I forgot how I used to feel. Guys, it's time to feel amazing and crush this new year. Call my team right now and let us treat you to an unforgettable experience. Dial 614-300-7400 or go to columbusmensclinic.com. That's columbusmensclinic.com.
Ever wonder where your go-to maintenance person gets the metal products they need to fix yours and everyone else's problems? The best in the business go to Metal Supermarkets for their wide variety of metal products and shapes to tackle projects from simple to complex. Metal Supermarkets is your source for all metals cut to size and ready fast. No minimum order with maximum service. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or at Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Save a good deal more during the Meijer Dollar Deal Sale, January 7th through the 20th. Shop the entire store and choose from hundreds of items, all $1 each. Fill your basket with favorites like Kraft macaroni and cheese, sparkling ice sparkling water, select varieties of seedless cucumbers and baby carrots, and Meijer facial tissue. The Meijer Dollar Deal Sale. That's the good life, a good deal better. And don't forget to stop by the Meijer Pharmacy for your flu shot. Available today while you shop. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details.
Now's the time to buy or renew your 2026 dog licenses. Not only are dog licenses required by law, but fees support the Franklin County Dog Shelter and Adoption Center. Buy or renew your dog licenses today at franklincountyauditor.com. Get ready for the college football playoff with the $9.99 haircut coupon from Great Clips. Kick off your game day look with convenient online check-in and the Great Clips app. The skilled stylists at Great Clips salons will save your haircut details in clip notes. And with a $9.99 haircut coupon, you'll score elite savings too. Visit greatclips.com/football to get a $9.99 haircut coupon. But hurry, offer ends soon. Great Clips, official sponsor of the college football playoff. Valid only at participating U.S. salons. Terms apply.
What would it take for my child to only miss half a day of school for treatment?
What would it take to fund a cure for childhood cancer?
It would take all of us to come together to support the research. Join us. Go to childrenscancer.org today.
Join Rothman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week, but not OJ because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Start the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic. Available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com. And your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer, and Wegmans.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Partly cloudy skies are expected here for tonight, as we'll see temperatures dropping down into the mid-30s here for the overnight hours. Could also see some patchy fog developing here overnight into tomorrow morning. And then on your Thursday, we are tracking mostly cloudy skies, but temperatures will be mild up into the mid-50s here for your Thursday afternoon. However, we are tracking some rain showers arriving here for Thursday night into Friday, but we are still looking at high temperatures up into the 60s with record highs expected here on Friday with highs in the lower 60s before a big cool down here for the weekend. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Aaron White here on 97.1 The Fan.
The Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the official sportsbook sponsor of Common Man and Timmy. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
A show you can feel deep down in your plums.
No! That is a bad place to touch. No. No, 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 no.
This is Common Man and Timmy.
Look, I said coming up here at the top of the hour at 5 o'clock, we're going to open up our email bag. You got questions for our guy, Joshua Perry, whether that's about playing for a national championship Buckeye team, career as a broadcaster, anything at all, you throw that to goodcleanboy@gmail.com. Someone just hit us up on the conversation we were having, Blue Bloods. You're confusing Blue Blood with Dynasty. So to me and Reimer, who are stumping for UConn.
Yeah.
And I hear what you're saying. I think you can be both as well. And that's what I'm saying about them. You are both.
I just think the history has to, you almost have to be able to tell every portion of the sport's history with that team included for them to be a blue blood in my mind.
And it is, like, we talk about the rules for these sort of things. There aren't any, and that's why it's fun.
It's a fun debate
to lay it out there and decide what your rules are. Because it does feel like it is a status that you can get away from. But I still, like, even as we talk about Indiana.
Yes.
And how Indiana right now, I don't think anybody is disputing it. They're much better at football than they are basketball.
Sure.
They've been turning over coaches left and right.
Right.
They can't make NCAA tournaments, but it's still Indiana.
Right.
Like that feels like one where they'd have to suck for 50 more years to then not be a blue blood because you won 3 natties and with Bob. You had Bobby Knight as your coach. That's a tough one to get away from for me, but I understand what you'd be pointing out about football versus basketball.
And I'll put the context using just that one school. Indiana could go 500 in basketball for the next 5 years, and they are still a blue blood in basketball. They could win the next 5 national titles in football, and they're not a blue blood in football. They're just not. It won't happen. They're not.
And the reason is because UConn did not just win the last 5 national championships. No. They've been winning national championships since the late 90s with Jim Calhoun. And they've been a major program since before. I mean, I don't know when Calhoun showed up there.
They're
late 80s, early 90s.
Definition of a new blood in my mind. That sustained success over a newer era of the sport. But they just don't have that trophy case history like a USC football does. USC football is like, nobody talks about them the way that they were back in the day. Their trophy case is as good as anybody's, and that's why they're a blue blood.
I guess like how long is long enough? I think 40 years if you've been doing it. I think we get a statute of limitations on that. I mean, I think with Duke too. I think Duke had some time way back in the days of yesteryear, but then it wasn't until Coach K came around that they started doing what they did.
Sure.
So it's an ongoing, interesting debate. But I am looking at this situation down in Cincinnati, switching gears to the NFL. So a real life go to jail is in order for cornerback Cam Taylor-Britt. He is going to jail. He was sentenced to 5 days jail time for a driving incident. So a little detail on that. He reached a plea deal regarding charges from an incident on September 14th. He was facing misdemeanor charges of driving without a license and reckless driving. The ruling was delivered after a Hamilton County judge, Bernie Bouchard, declined to grant him community service following a court hearing. The reckless driving charge is a misdemeanor, punishable up to 30 days in jail, a $250 fine. That's not much for an NFL athlete, or a combination of both. So the verdict was delivered, and his attorney was trying to set a fixed date for him to serve the jail time.
Trying to pull the
judge,
Moore.
The judge
the punishment.
Said that's a gift. The judge said the 5 days are a gift.
Yeah.
So 5 days instead of 30, he's doing them now.
Well,
and the judge said it'll be over soon enough.
How ballsy do you have to be like, okay, that's good. Now can I tell you when I'm going to show up? Like that is wild.
When did we get to pick
Sharon Moore?
Right, I know, but
it was to pick the punishment.
We have this in the legal system too, and again, like you got good attorneys.
I mean,
you can make stuff happen.
No,
I get it, yeah, but
if you never ask, it'll never happen.
Punishment?
Right? Like your attorney should probably be pushing for all the things. So good on that lawyer for asking. That is also an insane thing if there was any expectation that it would be granted that they could just pick what day they go to jail.
I guess I don't know why this surprises us, because isn't this what we did to mom and dad from the time we learned how to talk? We're always trying to get out of things.
We're negotiating punishments.
Grounded
constantly.
for 1 week.
Sure.
What are you talking about? Like, can't have the car for a month? It's going to come back and hurt you, mom and dad.
Yeah, because
I'm
now
not going to have the car. You're going to have to be driving me around to my functions. Why don't we talk this through? How about I do the vacuuming for the next 2 weeks? You give me the car back this coming weekend. You're like, oh, fine. Would you just stop yapping at me about it?
I mean,
and then you cave, right?
Can I ask a question here? Do you think that the reckless driving automatically goes with the driving without a license? Because to me, if you don't have the license, then that's automatically reckless.
This was definitely a combination. For the judge, I can tell you it was the combination of the two.
Yeah.
So that what he did, and again, I don't know if anyone saw any video or anything, traffic cam stuff, but what he did is allegedly did a burnout. But he did the burnout on the wrong side of the road.
Okay, now that's where I would say
burnout's dumb. Have you ever been at one of those cars and coffee situations?
He was just trying to have a little fun. A little fun with his friends.
I can't tell you how many wrecks I almost saw after I went to one of those car shows. It's like, geez, does anyone know how to drive the expensive car that they have?
There's always a jerk in a BMW, too, by the way.
None of you know how to peel out and stay on the road. Like, just stop doing it. And then there's all these innocent drivers that are just trying to go about their day, almost getting slammed into.
Yep.
So he does that wrong side of the road.
Okay.
This judge was not having it. There was another quote.
Wrong side of the road.
So the hearing Tuesday morning started initially without Taylor Britt. And his attorney told the judge that the cornerback was available on standby. And while a plea deal was on the verge of being reached, Taylor Britt had not officially received a valid license. And the judge said, "This is getting old." That's never a line you want to hear from your judge. And you're not there.
I'll say this, is that judge displayed a lot of grace, because I know in a lot of courtrooms, that type of behavior where it feels like you're wasting time of the magistrate, you're going to jail. Like, they're throwing you straight in jail for 30 days, like just off of wasting their time. So he actually kind of lucked out here.
Maybe this judge was a Bengals fan and had watched.
No, if the judge was a Bengals
Taylor
fan,
Britt play,
he'd have been like 30 days. 30 days. You guys stink. 30 days.
You play defense, right?
Yeah. That defense, 30 days.
That's been maybe our biggest issue. And I think there were some days where Cam Taylor Britt looked like he was going to be really good. And then the next day you'd watch him and it looked really bad. So the thing while we're talking about the Bengals that I just can't, I've read this statement like 5 times already.
Mm-hmm.
The one the other day from Mike Brown, while everything else is happening, I mean, you got the Baltimore Ravens are saying, our guy
not enough,
who won so many games,
Super Bowl,
we keep winning. Like, we're on the precipice of making the postseason. We're down to a playoff game this year after the rocky road we had and the rough start. They say, you know what, we gotta reset the planes here. Got to get back to new standard. And then you got Mike Brown saying, we came into the season with high expectations, coming off of 4 straight winning seasons. I can't believe he even said it that way and even framed it, that we were coming off of 4 straight winning seasons when you've missed the postseason in the last 2 of those, what you're talking about. With leaders in place that took us to a Super Bowl and 2 AFC championship games, we know the season has been frustrating and disappointing. The results fell short of our standards, and missing the playoffs again proves there's more work to do. Our focus is on building a team that can consistently compete at the highest level with the goal of winning championships. And after thoughtful consideration, I am confident that Duke Tobin and Zach Taylor are the right leaders to guide us forward. I know you are, Mike. I know you're confident. Actually, I don't believe you are. But I expected the statement. I don't even know what it would take for you to ever pull the trigger and make a move and make a decision. To me, you're just wasting an expiring contract. It's not even that big of a buyout.
It doesn't matter. They don't spend on anything.
More time.
Yes.
Can you help me or help any Cincinnati fan on what's going on there or why they should feel positive about the short-term future?
This is the problem is when the NFL sends you checks just because you own the team and the league had a good year, what is your motivation if you've been cheap and you have not pressed the gas on trying to be elite and you keep getting these checks? What's your motivation? Right? We talk about it with Major League Baseball and some of these teams that just don't spend and like they're whatever. We're going to figure it out. This to me is that type of situation right there. When that story came out that they wouldn't even clear the stadium when it had snow, in violation of league policy, by the way.
Meanwhile, you got the Buffalo Bills.
Like,
we talked about it last week.
What are
with
you
just
doing?
A sweet, cool tradition where you get to make $20 an hour. You get a hot meal and hot beverages. You get a commemorative shovel or a pair of gloves, whatever. I mean, come on.
What are you doing? And that to me, how you do one thing in that instance is how you do everything. So you don't even want to pay the crew to clear out the stadium. Like, of course you don't want to pay to fire a coach before their contract expires or to get a new GM. Of course you don't want to put the money into all the things that a professional practice facility probably needs to have and what the expectation is for a professional player in terms of what they walk into on a day-to-day basis. And then you get the results that you get because that's how you think about the thing that you own that you should try to make great.
Joshua, there's been so many so many former players that we've chatted with that have had, brushes with the Cincinnati Bengals, either playing there or working out. Teddy, who was it? Was it Michael Bennett or somebody like that? Our defensive tackle
I believe it was.
friend?
Yes.
Who had a tryout, or I vaguely don't remember all the details, but cheapness was at the forefront.
Yeah,
and it was off-putting.
Yeah, they wanted to charge him for workout clothes or something like that.
Is that what it was? Charging him for
it was something
shorts?
like that, yeah. It was ridiculous. They were so cheap.
Brother.
Find some softies and get on with it.
I mean, for people who haven't ever been into one of these facilities, the equipment room in these facilities is thousands of square feet of inventory. Of shorts and T-shirts and all the different things. Give the damn a pair of shorts.
Nike has you.
You don't even have to give him a shirt. He can work out without the shirt on. Give him a pair of shorts. Like, what are we doing?
A jock strap and a pair of shorts. Maybe some shoes. You got a man's size. Give me double XLs and let's get on with it.
I played for a cheap-ass organization like that. It is miserable, man. Like, it's not a way to run a professional organization.
A tense situation is brewing in the Big Ten. It could get pretty wild. Talk about that in 2 minutes. Joshua Perry is in. It's Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.
You're going to hit a couple minutes slowdown on westbound 670 going from Grandview Avenue to I-70. We also have a slowdown on southbound 71 on that north side from 670 to East Broad Street. This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. The once-a-year sale and clearance is here. Upgrade today with Mattress Firm's quality selection of top brands. Let their sleep experts find the perfect bed to help transform your nights. They make sleep easy. I'm Nicole for 97.1 The Fan Traffic.
Brought to you by Metal Supermarkets. From hobbyists and machine shops to manufacturers and maintenance departments, visit Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com for all your metal needs.
Guys and ladies, get real about your health this new year with Synergenics and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free, and ladies take $200 off women's hormone tests. Say no to diet trends, questionable online treatments, and deceptive prices from other places. Looking for the best? Synergenics and Low T Center are the leading experts. Meet with the real provider. Get real medication and real results. Everyone I know goes to Synergenics and Low T Center to change their lives. Walk in or book an appointment at getmyhealthfix.com.
It's been a real journey since 2014 when I first had my injury. I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Homes for Our Troops is really giving me my life back. The shower allows me to go in and turn around with my chair, pull down storage racks, automated door systems, hours of my morning given back to me. Adaptive sports are a huge part of my life, a huge part of my healing journey as well. Homes for Our Troops helped with making sure that I had a home gym so that I can continue to train. This past year, I was able to host Thanksgiving in my home. And it was the first time I was able to have my whole family in one place and I was able to contribute to the meal. There are a lot more veterans in need, and Homes for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post 9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
Common Man and Timmy is sponsored by the Hinderer Motor Company. Listen every weekday from 3 to 6. They're good, clean boys. The Fan.
One of these men is on an extremely high dose of antidepressants. The other one should be. You're listening to Common Man and Timmy.
Hey, your chance to ask us anything at all that you want, and we will discuss it live on the air coming up here at 5 o'clock. The Good Clean email bag. Hit us up, goodcleanboy@gmail.com. Good way to get in touch with us, and anything you want to ask a guy like Joshua Perry, who played for Ohio State, won that national championship. I've always wondered, kind of an example of maybe what could come at 5 o'clock. You accomplish something like that, how often do you find yourself thinking back on it?
I think back on the 2015 game against Michigan State, which was the last one I ever played in the Horseshoe that we lost, more than I think about winning the title.
Oh, man.
That's just how my brain works, though.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it's a shame. I wake up twice a week in a cold sweat thinking about that game.
Are you serious?
Haunts me. I'm haunted by it.
That is a game that haunts many Ohio State fans. So I hope this makes you guys as fans feel a little bit better about that, to know that it still haunts one of the key players.
Haunts.
It matters that much. That was a brutal night.
It was miserable. It was awful.
Who was the quarterback for Michigan State that day?
I can't remember the kid's name. Connor Cook was all busted up. I think they were down to maybe their third guy.
They were, I believe.
A little bit of a nut job, by the way.
I believe it was a Damian Terry, if that rings a bell. I'm just shooting from the hip on that.
I couldn't tell you.
And I don't remember the name of the kicker, but he was air guitaring.
You don't have to remind me of that.
Yeah, he was. Did you have a look at that?
Have I?
I mean, did you see that in real time, or were you like head turned?
You know, a lot of the aftermath of that is a blur.
I can imagine. What did you do when you found out what Zeke had said? I'm sorry to keep asking questions about this, but you brought up the game. I'm sorry.
It's actually a good question. I was like, brother, I don't blame you.
Sure. I mean, it's one of those things that we do where we ask players, especially after emotional tough losses like that, we ask them questions, and in the media we'll get mad when we feel like a player is giving us a canned answer, or like coach speak or whatever. And that was probably as honest of an answer as you would get from a player in the moment. And people were like, oh, he shouldn't have said that. I respect it. It's a good point. Because I am sure I have played both sides of that at different times in my past, where you want, which is why I'm a big fan of the movie Bull Durham, where Kevin Costner is telling Nuke LaLoosh, Tim Robbins' character, exactly how to do post-game interviews.
Yeah.
It's just be boring, be bland, say nothing, do nothing, just trying to help the ball club.
Is what I don't want athletes to do.
Right.
I want you to be measured, but I want you to be honest. I don't need you to be boring. And so I have found myself when guys, especially in the post-game situation, say something that maybe you wouldn't want them to say if you were the coach or the GM. I kind of defend that because I value the honesty of the commentary.
Sure. And then again, it's all part of it. It's then the coach's job to have a conversation and say, that's not what we're trying to do.
Listen, man, get where
you're passionate about it, but you don't call out coaches.
Right.
And you know what? If you have enough clout, you'll be okay.
Sure.
You'll get a little punishment, and then you move on from it.
Be all right.
That's sports. You just gotta, live and learn from it. But that was a crazy night. What about the championship hardware? Is that in a place where you gaze upon it from time to time? Would you ever wear a championship ring?
I've worn it in the past. I almost refuse to. It's so gaudy, and like, what's an appropriate scenario to wear it? Like, if I'm doing an appearance that's like very Ohio State centric, it might make sense. I don't often. I have a bookcase in my basement setup where I create content, and that's where I keep most of my things. It's just right there in the background.
Because the look of it.
It makes a nice backdrop.
It's a good backdrop.
So I sent an email to the college football playoff, and nobody has emailed me back. But in the NFL, when you win a Super Bowl, they give you a replica Lombardi. And so that's something that guys who I know that have won Super Bowls have as a part of their setup for when they do podcast appearances and different things. I would like to get a replica college football playoff trophy to put in my office to have on my shelf.
They can't even email you back to say no?
I haven't gotten an email back.
Ghosted?
I'm glad we had this convo because I got to follow up.
Who's the Mr. Hankey or whoever that's at the top of the college football playoff right now?
I have no idea. It went to one of those like generic CFP accounts too. And so I'm going to the national championship game.
We got to get you a real
I'm going to the
address.
national championship game this year. I'm going to approach somebody in person and ask them about it.
Does Rich Clark ring
Rich.
a bell? Yeah, I feel like I had him on the Buckeye show last year or so.
I saw him at Media Days
Rich
this
Clark
summer.
is a fine American.
Yeah, he is.
He's a retired United States Air Force lieutenant general.
It's a good headshot, too. He's got the look.
He's a Lou.
He's got the look.
We can't have this stand.
No, so I'm going to talk to somebody about it.
Get the man a replica trophy.
I said I would pay for it, too. That's the other part. I'm not asking for anything for free. I'd pay for it.
It's like with the helmets, right? If you want to get a helmet, you got to pay.
I want it.
If you want your official helmet from a season with a team,
yes,
you got to pay like the full blown Rydell,
which is
$529, whatever it costs.
It's something I find value in, so I would pay the money for it.
All right, so this story here, as we're keeping it college football, Damon Williams at Washington. He doesn't want to be at Washington anymore.
I guess not.
But he just said, I want to be at Washington more. And now not. So he apparently signed an NIL deal, which I don't take any of this stuff. They're telling us, and there's some that believe that Coach Fitch out there is going to try to make this as much of a nightmare as he can. I don't know if that's about being petty or proving a point, or if he really firmly believes in it, or some mixture of all three of those.
Probably.
But Lane Kiffin seems to be involved in this and throwing a big fat number at Damon Williams, who we saw him at Ohio State, had a pretty good defensive performance against a guy that has a lot of promise as a quarterback, as a dual threat guy. And that's where we are right now, where Washington is going to look down the road, the legal avenues of can we enforce how he signed this deal and not even let him go into the portal.
So I'll start by saying this. The article in The Athletic that I read about this morning said that Jed Fish and Damon Williams are represented by the same agent at Wasserman. So that has to be hell for whoever that agent is. That is insane. So just file that where you want to file that.
Yeah, where do you even go from there?
So I talked to some people in the legal field, and a guy who's a very close friend of mine who actually works in the name, image, and likeness space with student athletes. And I've asked some other folks about this. So Ross Dellinger from Yahoo put out a great kind of breakdown of what's gone on here. Damon Williams signed an NIL agreement with Washington, and the agreement that they use is the paperwork that the Big Ten sends to all of the member schools for these NIL deals. Now, what the NIL contract is paying for is the university's ability to market Damon Williams' name, image, and likeness. This is not an employment contract. Employment law does not apply to this for anybody who's saying, oh, well, you signed a deal, you got to show up to work. That's not how it goes. So what Washington is trying to do now is they're not signing off on him going into the transfer portal. They won't do it. And they're trying to say that if he leaves, there's liquidated damages, which aren't punitive. It's just, hey, you owe us this, whatever. And they're saying if he leaves, he can't take his name, image, and likeness with him. It's not portable.
Oh, yes, I can.
That Washington is the only school since he signed that deal that can market his name, image, and likeness. Companies can, but no other university can. Do you think a court is going to look at a kid and tell him that he can't bring his name, image, and likeness to a new school?
No.
That's number one.
Part of how we all got started, I think it was some no-name Purdue football player who, like you, was trying to get into real estate.
Yeah.
You did real estate and have your license. And he was doing it while he was a student. And they said, no, you can't. You play football at Purdue. You can't have your face out there. He's like, but
we own that.
But I'm me.
No.
I'm doing it. I put my face on my sign.
So that's number one, is I don't know how they're going to enforce that. Part of this is figuring out what in these contracts is enforceable. The second thing is, I don't think the court is going to tell this kid that he can't transfer. Washington might not put him in the transfer portal. We watched a kid leave Wisconsin, just disenroll from the university and enroll at Miami without getting into the portal. He just left one school, withdrew, transferred all of his stuff over, and was playing for the next one without ever getting in the portal. I think the big deal here is Washington knows that they have to try to make a stand on behalf of the institutional side of this because it's gone too far. But there is a legitimate question when it comes to the legal aspect of these contracts is, are they enforceable at all? And if so, what portions can you actually enforce?
You're right. I think there's two parts of it for me. It's really annoying, and I think there's a lot of people that don't like it the way that it's going. But even with the payments I think are just you get to that year and you get paid. But it's not a employment contract that restricts you from then going somewhere else when that year is done. So we can keep talking about this too, because there's another is another situation where we just get in the discussion of the modern player right now that I want to bring you in on because I've been pretty upset about it, a specific situation in college sports right now. That is coming up. He's Joshua Perry in for Common Man and Timmy on the Fan.
Fan Traffic.
Sponsored by Meister's Bar and Pizza in Grandview.